from Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is George Reed.
Well, hiya, George. What's troubling Floyd's of England this time?
Johnny, one of our clients, only quite frankly, he's far more than just a client.
Oh?
Yes, his life is being threatened.
Oh, George, you know I hate these bodyguard assignments. Every
Johnny,
time I handle one of them, it ends up with my own life being in danger.
I fully realize
that. Yeah, one of these days, my luck may run out.
Oh, heaven forbid. Nonetheless, Johnny...
If somebody needs protection, why don't you just call in the police?
Well, there are certain, confidential aspects of this case that, if any sort of publicity can be avoided. Johnny,
yeah?
If it can any way help to minimize the danger to yourself, I'll gladly go along with you on this one.
You mean literally, physically go along with me?
Yes.
Well, now, George, that's not the way I usually like to work.
I know, but as I told you, this involves a man who is more than just a client.
Yeah? Just what does that mean?
It's my brother, Johnny. My own brother.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, George. I'll be able to see you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Twin Trouble matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a taxi over to George Reed's office at Floyd's of England in downtown Hartford. I found him pacing the floor waiting for me, and needless to say, he didn't waste any time getting down to business.
As I told you over the phone, Johnny, this matter involves my brother, my twin brother, Adam.
Oh, you're a twin?
Yes, we're identical in every way, except perhaps for our manner of speaking.
Why is that?
Well, you see, Adam completed his education at the University of Dublin, whereas I stayed on in England, then did postgraduate work over here.
Oh, I see.
About 18 years ago, Adam and his wife came here to the United States.
Is he also with some branch of Floyd's of England?
No, Johnny. Adam owns a small brokerage office down in Newark, New Jersey. He lives in a nearby town called Upper Montclair.
Say, tell me, has this business of his anything to do with the threat against his life?
Everything, I'm afraid.
Now, don't tell me he went around selling a lot of worthless stocks and bonds, and now somebody wants to get even with him.
Of course not. Adam is a completely honest, reliable dealer in legitimate securities.
Then what's the trouble?
Well, you see, when he first arrived in this country, he traveled around quite a bit, not only sightseeing, but, looking for a good business connection.
Figures.
While on the West Coast, he met two men, Shockley and Barron, independent stockbrokers.
Uh-huh.
They seemed to like him immediately, offered to take him in with them. Well, since his funds were beginning to run out, he jumped at the chance.
Naturally.
But, Johnny, it turned out that they were swindlers of the worst possible sort, dealing in completely worthless securities.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Because of his lack of familiarity with American manners and methods, it took Adam quite a while to catch on. But when he did...
George, I'm way ahead of you.
What?
When he finally got wise to them, he called in the law. So they got sent up the river, including your poor misguided brother. And now...
Yes, Johnny. It was Adam's information, his testimony, that brought the whole foul operation into the open. As a result, of course, his prison term was a relatively mild one.
I didn't know there was such a thing. But now that the others are free, they're out to get him.
At least the one named Shockley is. It's he who has contacted Adam with this impossible proposition.
Uh-huh. When did he and Barron get out of the clink?
About 2 weeks ago.
I see. So what's the proposition Shockley has made your brother?
Johnny, Adam has spent the past 9 years, ever since he was released out there, building up this small brokerage office here in the East. Now he and his wife are finally beginning to reap the fruits of their labors. Children, two fine, upstanding kids, are in college over in New York State.
So?
But if it were ever to become known that he once served a term in prison for participation in a stock swindle...
Yeah, I know. It would kind of pull the rug right out from under him, wouldn't it?
It would completely ruin him, Johnny. And it would probably kill his wife.
What then?
This 9 years of struggle of trying to make up for that one mistake has been just as hard for her as it has for him. Right now, she happens to be in the hospital with a serious heart condition.
Oh, I see. Is she the beneficiary of his insurance?
Yes, she, and then, of course, the children.
All right. Now, what is this proposition that Shockley has made?
He's demanded $75,000.
70? Wow.
Unless Adam pays it, in cash, in unmarked bills, Shockley will release to the papers, anonymously, of course. Well, he'll tell them all about Adam's unfortunate part in that stock-selling racket years ago.
Yeah, which means that if Adam had a single customer left inside of a week, it'd be a miracle.
Then Shockley says, after he's ruined him, he'll kill him.
He'll what?
Unless he pays this money, of course. He'll make it look like suicide. After all, under the circumstances, well, you know, the ruined businessman.
Yeah, I do know. Sure, there'll be no reason for anyone to think it isn't suicide.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. That's the insurance angle, isn't it?
Yes.
If Adam's death is called suicide, his policy will be void. His wife and kids will get nothing.
And if this man Shockley is as clever as Adam says he is, he'll do it in such a way that any court in the land will call it suicide.
George, I just can't believe it. And yet, I suppose...
He's told Adam that he's already got away with this sort of thing once before Adam knew him.
But why doesn't he call in the police, the FBI? If this man already has a criminal record...
No.
Well, maybe the other one, Barron, is still working with him.
No, Johnny, don't you see? Don't you see he doesn't dare?
Yeah, I guess you're right. If he called in the cops, the publicity would be just as bad, just as ruinous to him as if Shockley were to shoot off his mouth at the papers.
Yes, Johnny. If he goes to the police, he'll only bring his business crashing down on his own head.
Yeah. George, your brother's in a pretty bad spot. No matter what he does, he loses.
If he pays off, $75,000. But who knows whether that one payment would be the end?
Well, of course it wouldn't.
But if he doesn't, don't you see it means not only his business, his wife, his children, but his own life?
I know.
If it were me, alone, a bachelor with nobody else to think about. But with Adam, Johnny, he couldn't do it. He might as well cut his own throat.
So we'll have to do something about it.
What, Johnny? What can we do?
George, I wish I knew. It was obvious this was to be more of a personal affair than business, in spite of the insurance policy involved. So for once, I decided to forget padding out the old expense account. Okay, then. Item 2, $4.35, a tank full of gas for my own car. It was after business hours by the time we got down to Jersey, so instead of trying to catch Adam Reed in his office, George phoned ahead and we went directly to his home on Highland Avenue in Upper Montclair. George stood beside me when the front door was open, and you know something? It was like looking at George in a mirror.
Yes, can I... George!
Even their clothes were alike.
Hello, Adam.
Yeah, these twins were certainly identical, except for the slight difference in their manner of speech.
Adam, this is the man I told you about on the phone. The man I hope can somehow help you. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, how are you, Mr. Reed? And excuse me for staring.
Oh, it's quite all right, Dollar. Quite understandable. And please call me Adam, if you don't mind.
Sure. But so help me, I've never seen two people look so much alike. You know something?
What, Johnny? What are you thinking?
Just a wild, crazy idea, Adam. George. This perfect similarity might... No, well, we'll see.
Well, now, wait. Maybe you have an idea there.
No. Look, George, forget all about it. Come on, let's go inside where we can talk about this thing.
I'm in complete agreement, Dollar, because we have no time to waste. If there's anything you can do about it.
Why do you say that, Adam?
I've heard from Shockley again.
Oh? When?
This morning, after the last time I talked to George. He called me at the office. I'm afraid I didn't get as much business done today as I might have liked. Then I left as early as I could. I went to the bank and called on my wife at the hospital. She's very seriously ill, sir.
Yes, so I understand.
I've not yet had the heart to tell her about this whole ungodly affair.
And I can't say that I blame you.
And yet, what difference would it make? Whatever happens, whatever this man does to me, it's bound to affect my darling. Oh, it's a terrible thing, darling.
Now, this phone call today.
Yes. Shockley says that he's coming here tonight.
Tonight?
Yes.
Uh-oh, with my car out front.
Well, that's why I stopped at the bank today. He says he must have $10,000 as a sort of down payment, as evidence of my good faith.
$10,000?
Well, I say that he won't get it.
Oh, now, wait a minute, George.
No, Johnny. I tell you, I won't let Shockley get away with this.
George,
if he comes here tonight and demands that money, I'll kill him rather than let Adam give him a single cent.
Now, listen, will you?
I told you, Johnny, with me it doesn't mean a thing. But with Adam, his wife, his children...
You think he'd come in here with my car out front?
If he does, I want to be ready for him. Give me your gun, Johnny.
George.
This whole rotten thing has gone too far. I tell you that if I have to in order to stop it, I'll...
No, Adam, wait. Is there an extension phone?
In the next room, in the library.
Good.
But, Dollar, if it's Shockley and he hears you pick it up...
He won't, if we do it right. Now, wait till I call to you, then pick it up immediately. I'll do the same on the other end.
Yes, all right, Dollar.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Now.
Yes? Are you alone, Adam? I'm alone, Shockley. You haven't called in the police. You know as well as I do what that would mean. The publicity. I'm glad you realize that. But I don't trust you, Adam. What? So instead of my coming to your home, you're going to meet me. You've got the 10,000 for me. I have. All right. Cedar Knoll, about 7 miles north of here. Do you know the place? Yes. Cedar Knoll. There's a little shack on top of it, empty. Get into your car. Your own car, Adam. I'll recognize it. Meet me there. Very well, Shockley. Just one thing. Yes? Just be sure that you're alone. Because if you're not, somebody's going to die, Adam. It won't be me. But if there's anybody with you, you understand, Adam. I understand. Cedar Knoll.
Uh-huh. Well, Adam, it sounds as though your man Shockley is as clever as you seem to. So where's George?
Dollar, he listened to the phone next to my ear.
Yeah?
As soon as Shockley named the meeting place, George took the gun out of my desk and left.
He what?
He's going up there to kill Shockley.
Unless I can stop him, Adam, he's going up there to get murdered. Where is it, Adam? The Cedar Knoll where Shockley will be.
Here, Dollar. I can show you on a map. Here. It's 15 or 16 miles from here.
Huh? Shockley said it was only about 7.
Then he must have been somewhere along the way when he called.
That means he'll get there long before George can.
Yes. Look now. Here it is on the map.
Yeah, I see. Straight up 23 and west of Pompton Plains.
Yes.
All right. Now, George took your car. What kind is it? That little coupe I saw out in the street?
That's it.
Oh, fine. There are 10 million of them on the highway, all alike. What's the license number? Well, come on.
I don't know. I don't remember it.
Then, Adam, all I can do is try to get there before George does. Before he gets himself killed. Traffic was heavy, and I don't know why, but Highway 23 was lousy with police patrol cars. I wanted to stop one of them, tell them to come along with me. But this was one case where I couldn't. So instead, I drove within the speed limit, except for a cutoff above Mountain View where I could open her up for a few miles before getting back on the highway. I probably bypassed George as well as the highway traffic. But the important thing was for me to get there first. That's why I left 23 again, took the curving, narrow, but much shorter back road to Cedar Knoll. Finally, I could see the knoll, a sort of big mound, a high, barren hill. I could see the little building on top of it in silhouette against the moonlit sky. And I could see a car parked up there, a big sedan. So Shockley had arrived and was waiting there. At the bottom of the knoll, I pulled off to the side, cut the engine, doused the lights, and went the rest of the way on foot. As I slowly approached the shack, through a drawn window shade, I could see a light in it, waving around like a flashlight, and the shadow of a man. No, wait. For a moment there were two of them, two shadows. That meant Shockley wasn't alone. And knowing they'd be well armed, both of them killers. Well, this whole thing might not be so easy. Yet somehow I had to keep them from hurting George. Yeah, and from killing Adam. Slowly, cautiously, I edged over to their car. I slid down under it and went to work with my pocket knife on a small piece of tubing near one of the wheels. It was slow and awkward there in the dark under that low-hung car, but it was the one thing I knew It was George. And of all the times to pick, with me sprawled out under that sedan, unable to even pull out my gun.
Just stay out there, Adam. We'll take the money and be on our way.
Oh, no, you won't, Shockley. This is all you'll take.
Watch him, Shock. He's got a gun.
Yes. And I'll kill both of you if I have to.
Mr. Barron, this isn't Adam Reed. Sure he is. No, he talks differently. This is his twin. It's George.
You're right, Shockley. And I'm here to put a stop to this nefarious scheme of yours.
Well, listen to the fancy talk. Of course it isn't Adam, so it must be George. And George, my name...
No, don't move. Just drop your guns, both of you.
Mr. Barron, I'm afraid that Mr. Reed, Mr. George Reed, has the advantage of us. Yeah? Well, listen. He shoots at you, I get him. He shoots at me, you get him.
That's right. I'll kill at least one of you.
So, under the circumstances, I'm afraid there's only one thing we can do. Yeah? What? Hand over our guns to him. So, here you are. George! No! You surely
I yanked myself out from under the car, and just in time to have George land right square on top of me. Before I could push him away and get to my feet, he was out like a light, and both Shockley and his pal were on top of me. I never got off the ground. No! Kill him, Charles! Blow his head off! No, wait, Hewitt.
You had enough? You had enough, mister? Get away, Shock. Let me shoot him. No. But listen, we've got to get out of here. Those shots he got off, the cops will be coming up from the highway to see what they were. But don't you see, if we leave him here? We've got to, but we're not leaving this state until we kill his brother. Come on.
No, you wait.
You want some more?
Never get away.
Oh, no?
Use that car. Kill yourself.
Drop dead. Come on, Barry.
No. Listen.
You listen. Oh! Come on, Barry. Okay. Take the back road down the hill. Yeah, well, just don't go too fast.
Are you okay, George?
Yes, Johnny, I guess so. But they got away. They'll go down. They'll kill Adam.
They're not going anywhere, George.
What?
I cut the brake fluid line. They have no brakes. By the time they get rolling down that hill...
Good heavens.
No, George. They're not going anywhere. By the time the highway police got to the scene of the crash there on the back road, and of course that car exploded and burned, they had forgotten all about the gunshots, if they'd heard them at all. So George and I were able to leave by the main road unmolested. At the bottom of the hill, I picked up my own car without attracting attention. I suppose I'll have to make some sort of report to the police. But I don't see any reason why I should have to reveal the name of the man they were out to get. Do you? It's certainly too late to need anyone to bring charges against them. As for the expense account, so what's a couple of gallons of gas in so good a cause? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Before I do, I just want to say thanks to all you good people who write in to tell me how much you like the show. It may seem like a little thing to you, but it means a great deal to all of us. Believe me, I'll answer your letters just as fast as I can get around to them. But you'll just have to be patient if it takes a little time. Now, as for next week, well, I suggest you read The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. Then join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were G. Stanley Jones, Alan Reed, and Frank Driscoll. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Frank Lovejoy stars in the hair-raising psychological thriller A Friend of Daddy's as Suspense follows next on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, the investigator?
That's right, insurance investigator.
Then you're the man I want, the man I need, immediately.
Well, it just happens I'm late for an appointment, Mr. What did you say your name is?
I didn't, but it's Lynch, Walter E. Lynch. And you must come out here right away, Mr. Dollar. Protect me.
Protect you?
Yes. I live over here in Manchester.
Manchester, Connecticut?
Yes, that's right. My address is 13421 Peachtree Lane.
13421
Now, can you come out here right away?
Well, I told you I have an appointment to keep.
Then I hope it's a brief one. You'll come here as soon as you're through with it?
Well, that depends, Mr. Lynch. What seems to be the trouble?
But I thought I made it clear to you, Dollar. My life has been threatened.
Well, isn't that something for the police to handle?
The police?
After all, unless there's insurance involved.
Why, of course there is. My own.
Oh, what company, Mr. Lynch?
Company?
Yeah, that's right. Well?
Now, what is the matter with you? What difference does it make? If my life is in danger, I need your protection.
Okay. Who made this threat against your life, and why?
Oh, good heavens, man, do I have to go into that sort of detail on the telephone?
Well, unless I know what this is all about, and, Look, you didn't answer my question, Mr. Lynch. Have you told the police about this?
Do you think I'd call on you if I had?
But if your life has been threatened, the thing
And I
to do...
tell you it has. What is the matter with you?
All right, then. Call in the police.
Now, you listen to me, Dollar.
Meantime, if I find any legitimate reason why I should make an
Don't
investigation,
you understand? I'm not asking for investigation. I'm asking for protection.
And I tell you, the people
But
for you
now,
to
look,
call...
you have my name, you have my address. Now, you get on over here.
But don't you see?
I
I
shall
can't
be
just...
waiting for you.
Mr. Lynch. Okay, mister, go ahead and wait. Of all the crackpots. I wonder, though. Yeah?
Johnny?
Yeah, that's right.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment.
Oh, say, Pat, will you find out for me what company, if any, holds a policy on a Walter E. Lynch over in Manchester?
Sure, Johnny. But listen, I thought you were going to be here in my office at 10 o'clock sharp.
Pat, I'm sorry, but
I
this
need
phone...
your signature on a deposition for that arson matter you covered last
I
week.
know.
And I've got to have it right away. See, one of our men will take it with him out to the coast on the 10:30 plane. And, Johnny, it's 8 minutes after right now.
Yeah, I see it is. Pat, I'll be there in 3 minutes flat.
Okay.
Meantime, look up that Walter Lynch for me, will you?
Okay, just get on over here.
Right.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Trust and Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the hapless Ham matter. Expense account, item one, $1.20 plus another $1 for the cab driver who got me from my apartment to Universal Adjustment Bureau in record time. I barged in on Pat McCracken without being announced, put my John Hancock on the deposition, after which he witnessed my signature.
All right, there we are. Now, here you are, Miss Delsey. Give these to Mr. Peterson and tell him happy plane trip.
Yes, sir, right away.
Oh, and see if Bartell has found any of that Lynch information I asked him about.
There's been a lynching, Mr. McCracken?
No. Just do as I say. Now, go ahead.
But I thought I heard you... Yes, sir.
Hey, what is the worry on this man Lynch, Johnny?
Well, Pat, he sounded like a crackpot. He called me on the phone just before you did, said his life is being threatened.
Oh, another one of those things, huh?
Yeah.
Who was threatening him?
Oh, I don't know. He was a bit evasive about it, same as he was about naming his insurance company.
Well, I know I never heard of him. What did you tell him?
I told him to call the police, then unless there was some insurance angle that required investigation, you know.
Right, exactly right. Although, of course, if Bartell does find something on him, if he is a client of one of the companies we
It's
serve...
still a police matter. Why call on me to play bodyguard?
Well, you know, Johnny, if you would have your telephone number unlisted, you'd save yourself a lot of these nuisance calls.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yes?
Here's a photostat of the Lynch policy Mr. Martell said you asked him for.
Oh, then there is one. Thank you.
And I thought you were talking about some kind of a lynching somewhere, Mr. McCracken. Isn't that fun?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Elsie. That'll be all.
Well, I was only... Yes, sir.
Now, let's see, Johnny. Walter E. Lynch. policy issued 1954, Eastern Trust and Insurance, face value.
Yeah, I see. 50,000 smackers.
Yes, a lot of money.
Let's see the name of the beneficiary.
Oh, well, a nephew, Fred Lynch, New York City address. I wonder, Johnny.
So do I. How well Freddie and his uncle get along.
Named him as beneficiary.
5 or 6 years ago, things can change, Pat.
There's one way to find out.
And with $50,000 to be paid out if anything does happen to
Yes,
him.
yes. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead and pay Mr. Walter Lynch a little visit.
At company expense?
Well, now,
Well?
Oh, sure, why not? I'll notify Eastern that we've assigned you to this, but that you'll send your expense account directly to them. Okay?
Okay. It was only about 13 miles from my place to Manchester, and I used my own car, but I saw no reason for not using the old expense account, so item 2 was $4.60 for a tank full of gas. The address Mr. Lynch had given me turned out to be in a rather nice residential section. The house was a small but attractive Cape Cod affair, surrounded by stately elm trees. And then I saw them, in the shade of the elms at the front of the place. A couple of police cars.
Just a minute there, mister.
Huh? Oh, hi, officer.
Who are you and what do you want around here?
Oh, my name is Dollar, Sergeant Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. I came here to see Mr. Lynch.
Insurance investigator, huh? Any credentials? Better let me see them.
Oh, sure, you're okay. Here you are. Hey, what's happened around here?
Okay, Dollar. You boys act pretty fast, don't you?
What do you mean? Is Mr. Lynch in some kind of trouble?
I'd call it worse than trouble, Dollar. He's dead.
He's what?
That's right. Murdered.
Well, then I'd better get inside there and see what's what.
Yeah, Dollar. Sure, maybe you better.
Inside the Lynch home, the police medico and my own eyes confirmed what Sergeant Beakley had told me outside. Walter E. Lynch was dead, all right, and there was no question about his having been murdered.
As you can see, Mr. Dollar, the knife, obviously a long, very sharp one, plunged into his body here, directly back of the heart.
Yeah, Doctor, I see.
No doubt penetrated that organ. Death must have been virtually instantaneous. Yes.
Any sign of the murder weapon?
We haven't found any sign of it here in the house, Dollar. Conroy's out back looking for it. And for any footprints that might give us a clue.
That little rain we had last night ought to help in the footprints department.
Only it doesn't. Now, whoever did this must have come right in the front door. Hi, Dollar.
Hi, Conroy.
Sergeant, you want me to see what's holding up the boys from the lab?
Yeah, I'll give them a call.
Right, you are.
Meantime, Dollar, if you have any ideas...
No, wait a minute. Too late, I guess.
What?
Or any fingerprints on that telephone. Conroy's probably covered them up.
Probably covered up anyway.
Huh?
Well, it wasn't the killer who called us about this. It was the old character who lives next door, a man named Halsey. Right now, he's back home in his rocking chair at the corner window, muttering to himself, trying to recover from the shock. Maybe when he does recover, he'll be able to give us some help.
How did he find out about this?
Seems he came over here to talk to Mr. Lynch about his nephew.
Fred Lynch.
Nobody answered his knock. The front door was wide open, so he walked in here and found this. So he picked up the phone and... You know about Fred Lynch?
I know he's beneficiary of his uncle's insurance.
Another good motive gone to waste.
What do you mean?
You don't know about 3 years ago when Freddie's mother died, left him a pile of money, only made the mistake of leaving it in charge of this one, this stiff we've got lying here?
What happened?
Well, this old crook finagled that young kid out of every cent of it, so that by the time Fred was 25, entitled to it. That was about 6 months ago. Why, Dollar, Freddie ended up with nothing.
His own nephew.
That surprise you, Dollar? It's because you don't live here in Manchester. Don't know anything about the Lynch family, what's left of them, which is only Freddie now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Not one of the Lynch tribe was any good. Ask me, the town will be glad to see this one out of the way.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, what'd they say, Conroy? Somebody on the way over?
Harker will be over as soon as he clears up a hit and run over on the east side.
Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing more we can do. Go see who it is.
Yes, sir.
You about finished, Doc?
Sergeant, this knife wound puzzles me greatly. Yes.
What do you mean, Doc?
Very unusual instrument. Very long, thin, with a two-edged blade. Yeah, both edges very sharp.
That's so?
Yeah, very unusual.
Sergeant, you said a neighbor, Mr. Halsey, found him here?
Yeah, did somebody speak my name?
Here's the man who was knocking on the door.
Oh, Mr. Halsey, come in.
I don't know that I want her, Sergeant. With that poor man laying there dead.
Mr. Halsey, this is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Eh? Insurance investigator?
Yeah, I understand you came over here to talk with Mr. Lynch about his nephew, Mr. Halsey.
Freddie. Why, that worthless young wastrel, that...
Why do you say that?
Well, because he never did a day of honest work in his life. The theater, that's all he cares about.
Theater?
In New York City, that pit of iniquity spends all his time with sinful people, actors, chorus girls, and the like.
I take it you don't have much use for people in show business.
Scum of the earth. That's what they are. That's all they are.
Yeah,
and
well...
he's one of them.
Now, Mr. Halsey,
And
if you...
when I saw him here this morning...
What? He was here?
No doubt come to beg some money from his uncle.
Why didn't you tell me that, Mr. Halsey?
Of course his uncle cut him off from the money his mother left him. Wouldn't you have done the same?
Mr. Halsey, listen.
Eh?
Will you...
Yes, well, wouldn't you?
Look here now.
An actor he is in that sinful city down there.
Wait a minute. You say that Freddie was here this morning?
Yeah, of course he was.
When?
That's why I finally made up my mind to come over here and talk to Walter about him.
What time was he here?
Well, from 9:30 to a few minutes of 10.
Doc, have you been able to fix the time of death?
Very, very close, Sergeant, yes. By the body temperature.
What time would you say, Doctor?
About 10 o'clock.
Mr. Halsey, are you sure it was a few minutes of 10 when Freddie left here?
Well, of course I am.
How sure?
I was sitting by the window listening to my radio like I always do.
Thought you didn't like anything about show business.
Radio is different.
Oh, thanks.
Freddie left his house just before the WDRC announcer gave the time as 10 a.m., and radio time is accurate time.
I see what you meant, Sergeant, about a motive going to waste where Freddie was concerned.
What are you talking about, Dollar? The doc says death was about 10 a.m.
I know.
So?
And Mr. Halsey, you're sure that Freddie didn't come back here after 10?
What's the difference?
Of course I am. These eyes of mine may be pretty old, but they never miss anything.
Well...
What's the difference, Johnny? Freddie's the one that killed him. Lord knows he's the one logical suspect.
No, Sergeant.
Doc says approximately 10. So, all right, it was a few minutes of before Freddie left here. So Freddie killed him. Now, look, everything ties up. Yeah, and the kind of a knot that's going to hang that boy.
No, Sergeant, I wish it was that easy.
Oh, of course it is. Motive, opportunity, everything. It all spells Freddie Lynch.
No.
Conroy put a tracer on him.
Right, Sergeant.
Sergeant, I'm afraid you're wrong.
How can I be?
That is, if Mr. Halsey is sure of his times.
Of course I am. On the radio.
Okay, Dollar, why?
Because Walter E. Lynch was still alive after 10 o'clock.
What are you talking about? How do you know?
Because he'd called me on the phone. Because I myself was talking to him at exactly 8 minutes after 10.
We'll continue with Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in exactly 1 minute.
Here's Hollywood star Mona Freeman.
Who feels like acting with a miserable cold? I relieve cold distress the fast way with 4-way cold tablets.
Yes, tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains and headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When a cold strikes, do what I do. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Hapless Ham Matter.
question about it. I was the perfect alibi for Freddie Lynch. Freddie had left his uncle's house a few minutes before 10. I had talked with his uncle at 8 minutes after 10. Yeah, and when the police checked up, they learned that Freddie had taken a bus to New York at 10:15. On foot, and he was on foot. Old man Halsey had seen that. He had to leave the house before 10 to make that bus.
I told you, young man, these eyes of mine may be old, but they never miss a thing. He was on foot, all right, and he left this house before 10 o'clock, and he didn't
But now wait a minute. If someone else came in here to commit the murder after Freddie left, why hadn't old man Halsey seen that person?
You're right, Dollar. Nobody else came here, so it must have been Freddie killed his uncle.
All right, now look, Sergeant.
Only how could he? Because if you talked to Mr. Lynch at 8 minutes after, and Freddie was on his way to the bus station, and he had to be...
Wait,
then
Sergeant.
it's impossible. Dollar, this really bugs me.
All right, listen, the murder weapon.
Very unusual.
I know, Doc, you told me.
It must have been something I'd never seen before.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, unless you feel the same way Mr. Halsey does about show business.
What?
Terrible, sinful, iniquitous, immoral.
Yeah, maybe you're right on this one.
What are you getting at, Dollar?
Getting out. Was that an express, that bus that Freddie took to New York?
No, it was a local. But I don't see
Then
what...
with luck in my own car, I can beat him down there. Do you know where he lives, Mr. Halsey?
I certainly do.
All right, where?
At 1231 West 43rd Street.
Good. I'll see you later.
Now, Dollar...
Oh, Sergeant, maybe you can fix any tickets for speeding I pick up along the way. Somehow, just lucky, I guess, I managed to reach the address in New York without getting pinched. A $10 bill of the superintendent, that's item 3, got me into the rooms of Freddie Lynch. The walls were plastered with theatrical programs and playbills, most of them from summer playhouses, off-Broadway shows. In a closet, I found some costumes he'd used in various productions. In one corner was a battered shield with a broken spear beside it. Some heavy oriental belts and jewelry, the long robe of an Arabian desert rider with a sort of turban to go with it. Yeah, everything fitted in very nice. Hey, yeah, wide open, Freddie, wide open, just the way you left it. Come in, kid.
I beg your pardon?
Kind of careless, but it's all right. It's okay.
Hey, who are you?
You kidding? Jerry Allen, the agent, you know.
Agent?
Yeah, where you been, Freddie? When you didn't answer the letter and the telegram I sent you, where you been, huh, kid?
Oh, you're a theatrical agent?
What else? Listen, look, hey, kid, get this. I got a part for you, great part, a great one, a good salary, too. Of course, you got to let me represent you in the deal, but all I want's the usual 10%. Well, how about it, huh, kid?
Jerry Allen, you say?
Yeah, sure, that's right. Oh, we never been introduced, but I caught you in half a dozen things, and you're good, boy, good, real good.
Well, I like to think so.
Sure you are. And being it's my business, I got to keep adding to my stable of actors, see what I mean? So if you want this part, well...
I don't think so,
What?
Mr. Allen.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm thinking of giving up the theater.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, kid. You fallen heir to a fortune or something?
Why do you say that?
Huh? Of course, if you don't want the part.
No, wait. Perhaps I'd better do another play or two.
Good. And you'll let me represent you? Well, Freddie?
Oh, why not? Well, if the part is good.
Is the part good? It's great, kid. It's great. And if this thing doesn't hit Broadway the first time out... Hey, listen. It's a new play written by Johnstone. You get that?
Johnstone? No, I'm afraid I don't recall ever...
Oh, sure you've heard of him. Why, man, he's had more hits. Oh, and listen, Freddie, listen to this part.
All right. I'm listening.
Okay, starts out a young man, just about your age. Second act is 20 years later. Hey, you think you can do it?
Why? Of course, my good man.
Good. And the third act, well, now that part may be a little tough. You got to kind of make like you're about 60.
Why, there's no problem at all, Mr. Allen. No problem at all.
Oh, only it's a shaky old man, like he's scared to death all the time.
All right, listen. All fear has clutched me by the throat. The overpowering terror, willing up.
Oh, hey, that's great. Come on, keep it up, Freddie boy, keep it up.
Well, see, of course, if I had a script,
Scared, remember? Scared. Say something like, you must come here right away to protect me.
You You must come here right away to protect me.
Oh, that's great. Now, say my life is in danger. I've been threatened, Mr. Dollar.
My very life is in What? What? Dollar?
That's right. Johnny Dollar.
Why, this was all a trick.
Yeah, and you fell for it like a ton of bricks. The same voice you faked over the telephone to sound like your uncle.
Oh, now, listen.
Killed him, left his home knowing that nosy old neighbor would swear as to when you left. Then ran to the bus depot and called me up with that phony voice to make an airtight alibi. To make me ready to swear your uncle was still alive after you left him there dead.
But, Dollar, listen. You see, I'm his only kin. I'll be coming into a lot of money. His insurance and whatever money or property there is.
Oh, why don't you drop dead?
I see. But do you see this?
So that's what you did it with.
Yeah, that's right.
Arabian, isn't it?
I stand back.
Long, thin blade with a double edge. From one of your costume plays?
Stand back, I say.
Sure. I don't need to be close to you to use this.
Oh, my hand. You've broken my hand.
Funny. I didn't think I was that good a shot. So now I'll have to make another deposition for the sake of another trial. And I'm sure that hamming it up in court won't keep Freddie from playing out the rest of his life in front of a captive audience. Expense account total, including a flock of incidentals, well, let's call it $100. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's a word from our star about the case he'll investigate on next week's program.
Thanks, Daniel. It's called The Unholy Two Matter and involves a pair of characters who fit that description perfectly. One of them a killer. And if you're at all curious about what to do when you've got the situation well in hand and then suddenly a gun is shoved into the middle of your back, well, join us, won't you? Right here on your favorite station at the usual time on Sunday. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Chet Stratton, Lawrence Dobkin, Sam Edwards, Herb Ellis, Ralph Moody, and Junius Matthews. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Next, Ray Bradbury's science fiction classic 0 Hour as Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
It might pay to take another crack at those diamonds along about now.
Hey, Ted, you mean you got some kind of a lead on them?
No, I'm afraid not. But I just got hold of some information on Rocky Harrison.
Yeah?
I told you after his probation was over, he disappeared.
Yeah, you told me.
But now, in view of this new information, plus the fact that you probably know him and his habits better than anyone else, and since Rocky is the only one who knows what he did with those diamonds...
Oh, hold everything, Ted. I'm on my way down to see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Liability and Trust Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the man who waits matter. Sure, I and I alone could take the credit for Rocky Harrison's trip to Sing Sing over 7 years ago. But the fact I'd not been able to recover the Olney diamonds really stuck in my craw. So what if I was still fairly new in the business at the time? There was no excuse. Okay, then. Expense account item 1, $3.95, a taxi to the station, then train fare to New York. I walked over from Grand Central to Ted Bessam's office at 500 Fifth Avenue.
You know, I thought the mention of Rocky Harrison would bring you here in a hurry. Sit down, Johnny.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Use a little drink?
No, thanks.
Cigarette?
Now, just tell me what you know about Rocky and why you think I might be able to get on the track of those jewels again.
Well, during his trial, Rocky played it smart. He knew you'd pinned the robbery on him, so in order to draw a light sentence, he admitted everything.
Except what he did with those diamonds.
Well, apparently he and his lawyer managed to convince the jury.
Oh, that cock and bull story about his having had them stolen from him, that's a lot of hogwash.
You know it, and I know it.
Rocky was far too smart for anything like that, and too dangerous. And if that servant there in the Olney household who caught him blasting that wall safe, if that servant fell down the staircase accidentally, I'll eat my shirt. Rocky killed him, Ted. I'm sure of it. Same as he tried to kill me.
The fact remains he wasn't held for murder. The jury believed his tale about losing the diamonds, and he got away with a short term.
All right, now let's...
During his 2 years probation, he behaved like an angel. Got himself a job, worked hard, lived modestly, saved his money, and he was a big disappointment to the police, who hoped he might lead them to the stone.
But, of course, he didn't.
Right. And I'm afraid by now even the cops believe his story about what happened to him.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Anyhow, probation over, he dropped out of sight.
Yeah, so you said over the phone.
The cops apparently figured he'd moved somewhere else and breathed a sigh of relief.
But you figured otherwise, Ted?
I guess I think the same way you do, Johnny. Probably because of my work in narcotics before I got into the insurance business.
Yeah.
Well. And sometimes we'd hunt for years all over the country for some character, only to find he was right underfoot all the time. Couldn't see him for falling over him, as the saying goes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, anyhow, I figured that instead of making himself conspicuous in some small town, the best place for a man like that to get lost, the best place in the world, would be the biggest place in the world. Right here in New York.
I can't argue with you, so?
So when I got wind that Rocky disappeared, well, you know as well as I do, Johnny, that most of these cases aren't solved by any Sherlock Holmes kind of scientific deduction.
No, hardly.
Sir, they're solved on information. One good stool pigeon is worth all the clues in the world, right?
Well...
So when I found out he'd disappeared, I got in touch with one of my paid informants from the old days. An old character by the name of Soder.
Soder. Soder. Don't think I ever heard of him.
Whiskey Soder, they call him. I told him I'd pay him well if he'd locate Rocky Harrison for me.
You've heard from Soder?
He called me this morning. Told me that he's seen Rocky here in town, just as I thought he would.
Where?
Well, he wouldn't say over the phone, so I told him I'd send you down to see him. Here, Johnny, I'll scribble this address down for you.
Yeah, do that.
Cheap rooming house down near the Brooklyn Bridge. There you are.
Good. Okay, I'll go see him.
Just a minute, Johnny.
Yeah?
Soder made one thing clear. I don't know just how or why. I guess the why is obvious enough.
Yeah?
But apparently, Rocky has somehow changed his appearance so much that even his own mother wouldn't know him.
But Soder recognized him.
Yeah. And one other thing, Johnny.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm sure you know Rocky well enough to be careful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Watch your step. All right, so what if there was a little risk involved? Here was my chance to make up for having done only half a job some 7 years ago. Also, I figured I knew enough about Rocky to be well prepared for almost anything he might try. The main thing was to find out what he'd done with the Olney diamonds, and of course get my hands on them. Expense account item 2, $1.70 for a cab to Whiskey Soda's address. It was the kind of place I'm sure the City Planning Commission will be glad to tear down. The word manager was scrawled across the door in the hallway marked with the number 1. And as for the manager...
Yeah, what do you want? My rooms are all filled up. Well, now, what's a gent like you doing around here?
I'm looking for a man named Soder.
Ha! That whiskey-smelling old... You'll find him down the hall in number... Say, he's getting real popular today.
Well, now, what do you mean by that?
You're the second gent's been here to see him.
Oh? Who was the first?
Well, I didn't get a good look at him, but I heard him go on back towards
Which
his
is Soder's room? What's the number?
Number 7 down the hall.
Okay, thanks.
Didn't see the man leave, though. Maybe he's still in there with... Now, who left that window open there at the end of the hall?
All right, number 7.
Maybe I better close it.
Hey, you sure that Soder didn't leave?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, then come on. Let me have your key. Come on, come on.
Key to his room? Now, just a minute.
Okay,
mister.
don't bother.
Well, just a minute, you. Who do you think you are, busting down this butt? Oh.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Somebody shot him. Right through the side of the head.
Smoking more now, but enjoying it less.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So good,
Have a Camel cigarette.
so rich,
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
so mild.
Have a Camel cigarette.
And here's the reason why.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
You can say that again.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, then change to Camels, the best tasting cigarette of all.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again. Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on The Man Who Waits Matter.
Right through the side of his head, right in front of his left ear.
That's right.
But I didn't hear any shot. I've been up front in my room all afternoon.
Because whoever did it used this pillow to muffle the sound.
One of my best pillars, too. Look here. Look what it's done to it.
The man who was here before, what did he look like?
Huh? Well, I only looked out of my room in time to see him coming in here. I didn't get a look at his face.
You said he was a gentleman, a gent.
Yeah, but I didn't really... I think he had gray hair.
What about his height and build?
Well, I don't know. I was up front.
Now, how old was he?
Look, I told you, mister. I don't know.
Okay, here. There's a 5-spot for your trouble. And for calling the police. Sergeant Randy Singer at the 18th.
Police?
And my name is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
That's right.
The one that's on the radio?
You call the police. Tell them I'll contact them later. Rocky Harrison had changed his appearance once before, 7 years ago. He'd never known how I'd got on his trail. The only one who did was Randy Singer at the 18th Precinct. But I'd found him by using the same corny trick that he had used. Maybe that trick might work again, if he'd return to his old haunts. All right, then, item 3, a bucket of quarters at the nearest drugstore for some goop to plaster down my hair. Item 4, $1 for some black hair dye. Item 5, 78 cents for a jug of peroxide. Getting rid of the tan I usually have took time, was a lot of work, but it gave me a few days to raise a small mustache. I dyed that black also. Item 6, $20 for some clothing, including a couple of aprons. In some of these joints, you have to furnish your own. Then, item 7, $31 for a pair of thick glasses that I could see through all right, but that gave me a headache. But it was the waste of time that got me down. Working there 4 solid nights, hoping nobody gets suspicious of me. Working where and why, and the reason for the silly getup, well, you figure it out.
Okay, there you are, Willie. One old-fashioned, one double Gibson.
Good, thanks, Joey.
And there's the ticket on them.
For what?
Yeah, right there, right in front of you.
Oh, sure.
Now, what's the matter with you? Can't you see? Why don't you get them glasses changed?
Oh, they're okay, Joey.
Oh, yeah, sure they are.
going to take your drinks to the table? Huh? Oh, that's right.
Willie, I've been tending bar here at the Purple Hat since the place opened up. But you are the punchiest waiter I ever seen. That's a fact.
Here you are, gents. An old-fashioned and a double Gibson.
Well, you took long enough to get them.
I'm sorry, mister.
The other way around. The double Gibson's mine.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, here's to prosperity, Barney. Yeah.
So, would you just like to order dinner now?
No, later.
Yes, sir. I'll wait then.
Yeah, you do that. All right now, Rocky. Waiter.
Yes, sir.
Go get yourself a drink. It's on me.
Well, I'm afraid the management would exactly like it.
Okay, then just for moose. We'll call you when we want another one.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rocky. Barney, you fool. Don't you ever call me that again. Call me Tilson. Sorry, it was a slip of the tongue, Mr. Tilson.
Rocky Harrison. Oh, it was luck. Dumb luck. He'd been in there alone 3 nights running, but believe me, I hadn't recognized him, wouldn't have recognized him now if his pal there at the table hadn't slipped up and called him by name. Since probation, he disappeared for only one reason, to change his appearance completely. He'd grown a beard, a full head of hair, and he bleached it almost white. He'd put on 20 or 25 pounds, had his buck teeth fixed, and it made a big difference. What's more, of course, I hadn't seen him since he'd been sent up the river. As for his pal, Rocky had called him Barney. Sure. Bernard Little, one of the cleverest big-time fences the NYPD had ever known about, on whom they'd been able to pin absolutely nothing. Sure, it was a natural. Rocky had the jewels stashed away somewhere. Barney knew it and was willing to recut them and fence them out for him. Maybe if I was real lucky, I could nail them both. During their meal, I stayed close to them as much as possible, but it got me nowhere. Whenever I was in hearing, their conversation was meaningless.
That's right, Barney. Just tell them that Edward Tilson said it. Of course, Mr. Tilson. Be glad to use your name. I'm certain they'll do all right by you.
Yeah, what's more, they were both trying to make it oh so plain that Rocky's name was Edward Tilson. And I wondered, had Rocky by any chance seen through this corny disguise of mine? But apparently not.
Okay, waiter, here you are.
Thank you, sir. I'll have you change in a minute.
It's all right, boy. You can keep the change.
Thanks very much, sir.
Well, shall we get up? Shall we leave, Mr. Tilson? I'm all ready. I'd like to look up the owner and compliment him on his chef. Why not? Good dinner, wasn't it, Tilson? Excellent. Now, if we can find the owner's office.
If they could find the owner's office, they made a beeline for it. And that told me something else. The owner, Pete Monaster, had been away when I was hired. Now he was back in town. And he probably knew more about Rocky, more about the jewels, than he'd ever admitted to the police. I wished I'd planted a bug in Monaster's office. Like to hear what went on in there. But I hadn't, so I couldn't. Instead, I cleared off the table, and since my hitch for the night was over, I went back into the locker room, changed into my street clothes. As I was about to leave...
Don't bother, buddy. Your name's Willie, ain't it?
Yes, sir, Willie Pagano.
My name's Pete Monaster. I own this joint. I've been away a couple of weeks.
Oh, how are you, sir, Mr.
Here's
Monaster?
your paying a few bucks severance.
You beat up fired?
That's right.
I done something wrong, Mr.?
No, it's just that we got enough waiters without you. Shouldn't have hired anybody while I was gone anyway. Just go on out by the back way.
Well, sure, sir, but if I thought I'd done something
No,
wrong,
no
I
complaints.
could...
We just don't need you. That door will tie you open until you get another job.
But I didn't. Not at the moment. Not until I left by the back door, started out through the long, dark alley.
Just a minute.
Huh?
You're the waiter we had tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You made a real good waiter. Real good, see?
So?
So I got something for you, Dollar. Here.
No, you...
All right now, Dollar. You think I'm going to leave you alive? Oh, Rocky, put that thing away. The noise will bring the cops. It's all right, Barney. I'm just going to use the butt of it like this. I
vaguely remember something crashing down on my head. And if you think people don't see stars, you're wrong.
Half conscious, I braced myself for another blow, but it never came. Instead of crazy mixture of sounds, noises, a lot of footsteps, a barrage of gunfire, sirens, a lot of cars breaking to a stop. Only it was all like in a dream. I came to the next morning and found myself in a hospital bed, a doctor leaning over me with a hypo in his hand. Then, sometime later.
Well, looks like the doctor was right, doesn't it?
Randy.
Yeah, a slug of something to make you sleep for a while really worked. You're going to be okay, except maybe for a big head.
Randy Singer.
Lieutenant Singer to you, Buster. Son of a gun, Johnny. When are you going to learn to let me know when you're working around this town, huh?
Was it you came along?
That's right, like the U.S. Marines.
Well, how did you know they were going to waylay me there in that alley?
I didn't. I hadn't the least idea. Didn't even know it was you they were jumping. You and that crazy getup, that black hair and the mustache and those thick glasses.
Then I don't understand, Randy.
Johnny, I've had a bunch of the boys on Rocky Harrison for over a week.
You have?
Sure, ever since that Stooley whiskey soda told me about him being in town. It was you told me where to look for him.
I? When?
7 years ago. The first time you found him in the purple hat. So we've been tailing him for days.
Well, if I'd have known that.
You think you're the only one that thought he might sometime lead us to those jewels?
You found him, Randy?
No, and now, thanks to you, it looks like we may as well give up.
What do you mean, thanks to me?
You just stay in bed. When the boys saw what was happening there in the alley, they moved in.
Yeah?
When Rocky and Barney started throwing lead, well, the boys kind of thought they'd better answer back. So Rocky and Barney are dead. So now, how are we going to find out where those diamonds are stashed away, huh?
Do you know where Rocky was living?
Sure, we've been all through his place and Barney Little's place. Nothing. Since we don't know of anybody else who might have been in with him.
Oh, you don't, huh?
What do you mean, Johnny?
Well, Randy, I've suddenly got a crazy idea that maybe I can bluff my way into finding those jewels.
You what?
Come on, help me get into my clothes.
Yeah, who is it? Yeah, who are you?
Johnny Dollar, Pete, as if you didn't know.
Just a minute. Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
Well, there's something a little familiar about you.
Oh, come off it, Pete.
Oh, waiter. Oh, that stupid waiter I fired last night.
Rocky Harrison told you who I was. If you're wondering how I know that, just look at that bug fastened to the underside of your desk.
A bug? A microphone? Why, I don't believe it.
Hold it, Pete. You try opening one of those drawers, reaching for a gun, I pull this trigger.
Okay, Dollar, okay.
I also heard them tell you when to let me go out into that dark alley.
Oh, look, how was I to know what they wanted you out there for?
I also heard enough to know where the only jewels are. Open up that safe, Pete.
Oh, yeah?
Open it.
You crazy? Oh, listen, Dollar, put down that gun for a minute.
Open it up.
Oh, look, maybe we can make a deal.
7 years of hunting for him, Pete. So it's become an obsession with me. Maybe it has made me a little crazy.
Now, listen,
yeah, I was crazy enough to put on that phony disguise to get into this place to find Rocky Harrison.
Listen, Dolly,
all right. So I'm crazy enough to blast you down and blow that safe if I have to. You understand that? And there's nothing, you or anything else, is going to keep me from getting those jewels. First you go.
No.
Yes.
You mean it?
Oh, yeah, Pete, I mean it. Well?
Okay, Dollar. I'll get you the rocks.
The fee on this one for recovery of the diamonds? Well, maybe the department frowns on such things, but half of the check goes to Lieutenant Randy Singer, NYPD. Good man, good friend. Expense account total, including the ride back to Hartford, well, it just about balances with what I made on my job as a waiter. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Don Boomhauer.
Down in Sarasota, Florida?
That's right.
Don, how are you? How's the real estate business?
Just fine, and business is booming.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since I flew down there to do some fishing with our mutual pal, Earl Poorman.
That one with his misguided sense of value.
Now, what's that mean?
Oh, his trips out to California all the time. And this time it looks as though he might stay out there.
Don, I think all you Floridians are jealous of California.
Now, Johnny, you think we'd ever admit it, even to ourselves? Be rank heresy. Anyhow, with Earl Poorman out of town, at least for a while, I'm kind of holding down the office of Tri-State Life and Casualty these days. So, what happens?
Trouble.
Trouble. Client's name is Thomas Patterson.
All right, what's happened? Somebody knock him off or something?
No, not yet. But a few years ago, when he was living up in Jacksonville, well, Tom was the sole witness to a murder.
Yeah?
The killer was tried and sent to state's prison.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
So now this killer's on the loose, and you figure Tom Patterson's life isn't worth a bag of beans.
That's it, exactly. Want to come down here and see what you can do about it?
Nope.
Now,
But,
Johnny.
okay, Don, I'll grab the first plane I can.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Sarasota office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the deadly debt matter. Expense account item 1, $79.40, taxi in a plane out of Hartford. The flight was good, and by early afternoon, I was in Don Boomhauer's real estate office in Sarasota, Florida. After the usual amenities.
Now, let me lay it all out for you, Johnny.
Yeah, sure, Don. Go ahead.
And to begin with, the life insurance policy involved has a face value of $70,000.
Let's see then. My commission will come to,
Don't you ever think of anything but money?
Sure.
Like what?
Well, right now I'm thinking about the chances of staying alive. After all, with a killer on the loose, well, at least the thought of a few bucks coming to me could help me die happy. The insured's name you said is Thomas Patterson?
It is now.
Huh?
Some years ago, Johnny, young Tommy lived up in Jacksonville, worked as a milkman.
Uh-huh.
Early one morning, that was in 1951, he pulled up in front of an alley just in time to see a man named Casey Carey shoot down a fellow named Harker, who just happened to be busy at the moment blasting away at Carey with a .38.
Oh, so Carey pleaded self-defense, huh?
Well, he tried to, but the jury wouldn't go for it. You see, there'd been a long-standing feud between the two of them.
Uh-huh.
Only reason they didn't give Carey the chair is because Harker had a record as long as your arm.
I see.
Instead, Carey was given 10 years to life.
I see.
The point is that Tommy Patterson's testimony was what really convicted him. So, of course, he made the usual melodramatic threat.
Oh, yeah, that he'd get Patterson if it was the last thing he ever did.
He didn't care when. He'd be in no hurry. But sooner or later, he'd track him down and kill him.
Mm-hmm. So what's happened?
Tom had just got married, started a nice little family, 2 boys and a girl. So Carey's threat scared him as much because of the wife and kids as for himself.
Yeah, but now, Don, you know as well as I do how little those courtroom threats usually mean.
Now, wait.
Yeah?
About that time, some relative died and left Tom a considerable sum of money. So he changed his name, legally.
Changed it to what?
To what it is now, Thomas K. Patterson. What it was before doesn't matter.
Okay, go on.
Then he and his family moved on down to Venice, a few miles south of here.
Yeah, I remember the town.
Well, there in Venice, he set up the Excellent Dairy Products Company. Nobody down here has known him as anything but Tom Patterson, so he's felt perfectly safe. Until, that is, about 6 months ago.
Yeah?
He was up in Jacksonville on a business trip. He was just walking along the street one day, turned a corner and bumped into a man coming from the other way.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he took one look at the man's face and started running like a scared rabbit.
Casey Carey.
Well, what do you think?
But now, wait, Don. If Carey got 10 years to life in 1951...
I know. When he stopped to think about it, Tom couldn't believe it. But he went down to the public library and dug into the old newspaper files.
Yeah?
Sure enough, Thanks to good behavior, model prisoner, and all that sort of stuff.
Carried got out?
Carried got out, legitimately. But to Tom Patterson, that would only mean one thing. Carey was out to get him.
In the exciting history of great American inventions and inventors, there is no one who stands out with the eminence of Thomas A. Edison. Among his hundreds of great inventions, Edison gave us the phonograph, the microphone, a telephone system, various improvements for telegraphy and motion pictures, and most significantly, the electric light or incandescent lamp, originally referred to as bottled light. When Edison was still in his 20s, he set out to invent an electric lamp which could operate on low power and would be safe for use in homes and other buildings. He knew that resistance to electricity would make wires and other substances glow for an instant with white heat, but they would be instantly consumed. So he tried several types of fiber or wire sealed in a vacuum and succeeded in producing a glow which lasted for several hours. The next step was to find a filament that would give off a bright light and last for a longer time. In his search for the right substance, which he could seal in his vacuum bulb, he tried 6,000 different substances, ranging from human hair and tar to foodstuffs and vegetable fibers. Finally, he hit upon the idea of using the fibers of the bamboo tree. Carbonized, these threads provided the filament he sought, and thus the incandescent lamp became a reality. It was discovered not by accident nor by profound scientific knowledge. It was the result of tireless effort and endless trials. Edison, like so many geniuses before him, found success through determination and the philosophy which has blessed the work of most American inventors. Somehow there must be a way. Let's find it.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, wait a minute, Don.
Yes, Johnny?
Tom Patterson wasn't sure that Carey actually saw him, recognized him, huh?
At the time, no. After all, Tom had only had a very brief glimpse of the man, and the man had made no attempt to go after him.
Uh-huh. But he's sure now that it was Carey.
Yes.
All right, so what did he do?
He drove on back to Venice, quietly bought himself a Colt 32 and got a permit to carry it.
Did he tell the police why he wanted the gun?
No. Of course, all along, Johnny, Tom had hoped that Carey hadn't recognized him. That even if he had, he wouldn't know where to look for him.
But, now, Don, unless this man Carey has made some move against him...
Now, just wait, Johnny.
Okay. Tell it your way.
A couple of months ago, Casey Carey appeared and settled down in Venice.
Oh?
Yes, he rented a small house and got himself a job in charge of one of the filling stations on the trail.
Well, that doesn't sound as though he moved in just to carry out his threat against Tom Patterson.
Needless to say, Tom tried to avoid him. But now and then, when he'd see him on the street or forget and go past the gas station, it was Carey who'd avoid him, pretend not to see him.
Don...
I know what you're thinking, Johnny. But just remember one thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Carey had made it plain right from the beginning that he was in no hurry to get back at Tom.
Ah, I see. So you think he's kind of playing a cat-and-mouse game with him, huh? Just to build up the old fear in him, prolong the agony, maybe?
What else? And believe me, he's succeeding. When Tom finally called and asked me to have you come here to protect him, he was almost a nervous wreck.
All right, tell me this. Has Carey any brains, or is he just a typical dumb hood?
He's in charge of a modern filling station for one of the big important companies.
All right, then he must have too much sense to commit another murder. But if he can simply wear Patterson down with fright, maybe even drive him off his rocker...
Johnny, Carey swore he'd kill Tom Patterson, and I'm convinced that he meant it. More important, Tom is.
What do the police say?
Well, Tom hasn't told him, in order to keep his wife and kids from finding out about it. That's a pretty small town, you know. If it weren't for his family, Tom would have just pulled up stakes and headed for Timbuktu.
Don, if he's as scared as you seem to think...
As I seem
and
to
if
think...
there's no good reason for it...
Well?
Got an extra car I can use?
Yeah, sure. The yellow one parked out front.
Good.
Here. There are the keys.
All right, thanks.
What are you going to do?
Drive on down to Venice to see Tom Patterson and the police. Item 2, 425 for a tank full of gas. In Venice, I found Tom Patterson in his office at the Excellent Dairy Products Company, about to leave for the day. What Don Boomhauer had said about him was true. He was just about beside himself with fear. and someone against his wishes, I hauled him over to police headquarters. Brad Younger, the chief, was most cooperative. But...
Okay, Billy, let me know when he comes in.
That's it.
And yes, Mr. Dollar, I know all about Casey Carey.
Oh?
Then why haven't you done something about him?
No.
Why do you let him settle down here in Venice?
Now, just a minute, Mr. Tom.
If you know who he is, that he's the man who's threatened to kill me...
I said just a minute, Mr. Tom. Now, you just sit there and be quiet.
Yeah, please. Go on with what you were saying, Chief.
Mr. Johnny, I learned all about Carey from the big oil company he works for. All about him, including that foolish thing he said in court 9 years ago.
All right, then.
So I had a little talk with him, and we kind of kept an eye on him. Of course, only the boys on the force, and I know that. We weren't sure that Mr. Tom here knew about him being here or recognized him.
Of course I did.
There was no reason to scare him or that nice family of his.
Very considerate, Chief.
Considerate? What's considerate about letting a killer settle down here in the first place?
Now, hold it, will you, Tom?
But look here, Mr.
If you
Dollar.
want help in this thing from me or the police or anybody else...
Of course I do. Why else do you think I had Mr. Boomhauer send for
All right, then let us handle it our own way.
But don't you see...
Otherwise, we'll be glad to back out. Just let you take care of it all yourself.
But I...
Well...
All right, Mr. Dollar, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So anyhow, Mr. Johnny, I'm convinced that Casey Carey is all right. He's forgotten his threat.
And I tell you that he... No, Chief. I've got to have protection against him. Somebody to watch over me night and day.
Tom, suppose Carey hasn't forgotten his threat to kill you.
I'm sure he hasn't.
And suppose Chief Younger were to give you protection for a while, and the hope Carey might try to make a move.
For a while, did you say?
That's right.
He said he'd be in no hurry to get me.
I know
and
that.
And he's waited 9 years so far. He'll wait longer if he has to, but sooner or later he's... And what about my family? Excuse me, Chief, but here's that report you asked.
Oh, okay, Billy, okay. I'll be through here in a minute.
Yes.
Now, you're a very upset man, Mr. Tom.
Well, wouldn't you be?
And I see there's a pistol permit listed in your name. You have that gun on you, Mr. Tom?
It's at home in my bureau. What about it?
Now, don't you think it might be real sensible if you turn it in before you get excited and do something foolish?
No. No, I don't.
Why not, Tom?
Because if you won't help me, then maybe I'd better help myself.
I took the chief aside and promised I'd stay with Tom Patterson, if possible get his gun and turn it in. Then Tom and I left. As we rounded the corner, we passed Carey's gas station.
No, Mr. Dollar, he's off duty this time of the evening.
Oh? You know where he lives?
Yes.
Where? Because that's where we're going.
What?
Well, now, you wanted a showdown with him. Okay, now's your chance.
But without my gun? You can't be serious.
While grabbing a sandwich and some coffee, that's item 3, $1.40, I managed to sell him on the idea. Then we drove on over to Carey's house on a lonely side street.
He must have seen me, Mr. Dollar, and he's probably waiting in there
Ask
in the dark.
me, there's evil in there, mister.
Yes? Oh, what did you say, ma'am? And who are you, please?
I'm one of the neighbors, mister, that's what. And when I heard that shot in there
You heard a
while
shot?
ago, well, then I kind of thought about it for a while, and then I called the police.
While we were sitting in that restaurant having... Come on, Tom, this door's open. There's got to be a light switch here on it. Here it is.
Mr. Dollar.
Huh? This is Casey Carey?
Yes, sir. Only...
Yeah. Shot through the head. And it looks like about a 32. Tommy, isn't that the caliber of your gun?
Why, well, yes.
And where did you say it is?
At home, in the bureau.
Now, there's no use to lie about that.
Well, Chief Younger.
Sorry, Mr. Tom. I'm holding you for murder.
Gold is considered more precious than silver. And because it is, we find it hard to understand why silver takes precedence over gold in the military insignia of rank in the United States. At one time, except for the silver stars of generals worn on epaulets of gold, the color of an officer's insignia of rank depended on his branch of Army service. Infantry officers wore epaulets of silver with insignia of gold. All other officers wore the opposite. In 1851, all epaulets were gold with silver insignia, but majors and second lieutenants had no insignia at all, except for a difference in size of the epaulet fringe. Between the Civil War and the Spanish-American War, most epaulets were abolished, and majors were given gold leaves to indicate their rank. But the poor second lieutenant had to wait for his gold bar until, and believe this or not, 1917. Regardless of the date of establishment, all military insignia have been a source of pride for members of the armed forces of the United States of America.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Deadly Debt Matter.
That's right, Mr. Tom. I'm holding you for the murder of Mr. Casey Carey.
No, Chief, you're wrong.
Am I? Looks to me like this is his dead body laying here, and I'd guess this hole in his head was made by a .32 caliber bullet.
Chief Younger, look,
Mr.
listen.
Tom, that's the same as this gun of yours. So, here you are, Mr. Dollar. Here's a murder weapon.
That's my gun. Where'd you get it?
Mr. Tom, I hate to say this, but I had a feeling your coming to see me was a bluff.
Bluff?
Yes, sir. To make me think you hadn't yet done any harm to Mr. Carey here.
Wrong, Chief.
Am I?
I had to practically drag Tom over here to see you.
Well, then, let's just say he was more willing than he let on.
That's not true.
And when some woman phoned about hearing a shot out here and young Billy Barker came in...
Barker?
One of my new boys on the force. When he laid this gun on my desk and the number on it checked out against your permit, Mr. Tom...
Where'd you get this gun?
Right where you throwed it off to the side of the road over toward Midnight Pass.
What?
That's right. If young Barker hadn't stopped to fix a tire on his squad car and stepped on it, it could have laid there forever, nobody the wiser.
But I told you, I left it in my bureau at home.
That just doesn't make sense now, Mr. Tom, and you know it.
But it's true.
So where were you after you and Mr. Johnny left me at headquarters?
Well, I can answer that,
I'll tell you where,
Chief.
Mr. Tom. You came over here and killed Mr. Carey and took the gun and throwed it off in the bushes.
Wait, Chief Younger, listen.
Yes, sir?
Tom has been with me from the time we left you.
Who?
Yes.
Well, then all that means is you killed him before you came to see me.
No, Chief.
And when the doc digs a bullet out of Carey's body, and I take it along with your gun up to the police lab in Sarasota...
Mr. Dollar.
And if they match up together...
Tommy, it looks kind of bad for you, doesn't it?
No, please, listen.
You better come along with me, Mr. Tom.
Maybe Chief Younger was right. And when a report came back from ballistics that the bullet had come from Tom Patterson's gun, when Tom had no way of proving he'd left the gun at home, well, I still couldn't believe Tom had done it. Another thing, the neighbor woman had heard the shot only a little while before we got there. What's more, Carey's body had still been warm. But instead of putting up a defense for Tom, I decided to play a real wild hunch that just might turn up Carey's killer. Item 3 from a phone booth, 30 cents for a call to Don Boomhauer.
No, Johnny. The man Tom saw Carey murder back in 51 was named Harker.
Not Barker?
Nope. Gerald Harker, with an H.
Well, then I guess my hunch about this new man in the department.
Hunch about what?
Oh, it's nothing, Don. Forget it. And thanks. So maybe I was wrong. So maybe instead of always acting on these crazy hunches, and yet... Item 4 was $1.10 for a call to Jacksonville to Mike Kirby in the city room of the Times-Press. And bless him, he came up with some mighty revealing information for me.
And then he worked for a while on the police force, Johnny.
Oh, there in Jacksonville?
That's right. Looked to me as though the boy was trying to live down the family reputation by putting himself on the side of law and order.
Maybe.
And a month or two ago, he handed in his badge and moved to... Hey, what was that maybe you threw in? About his being on the side of law and order?
That's right.
But, Johnny, if he was a cop...
Here's another maybe.
What?
Maybe that boy still is.
What?
A cop. Thanks a lot, Mike.
I went back to police headquarters where Chief Younger was half asleep at his desk. I told him I wanted to have a little talk with one of his men.
No, Mr. Johnny, but it's after midnight, and he doesn't come on duty until late in the morning. But okay, if you insist, I'll call him, get him out of bed, and have him come down here.
And then about half an hour later, they're in Chief Younger's office.
Something special, Chief, getting me out of bed this way?
Billy, I want you to meet Johnny Dollar. Mr. Johnny, this is Billy Barker.
Hi, Billy.
Mr. Dollar?
Only, why did you change your name from Harker when you came down here to Venice?
Huh? What's that, sir?
I'm afraid it was a dead giveaway.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I'm sure I do.
That and the fact you didn't move down here until Casey Carey did.
Oh, you mean that man that was killed this afternoon?
That's right. The man who'd killed your own father back in 51.
Is that true, Billy?
How did you know, Mr. Dollar?
Casey Carey, the man you swore you'd someday get even with for killing your dad.
How did you know that?
I didn't. I was guessing.
Looks to me like you guessed right, Mr. Johnny.
Now look.
When you learned that Carey was getting out of jail, you joined the force up there, hoping that maybe you could find some excuse to kill him in line of duty.
You don't know
that. But before you could do it, he moved down here to Venice. So you followed him and joined the force down here.
You think that's the reason I came down here?
All you could do was bide your time. Until this afternoon, when you heard us talking in here and found out about Tommy Patterson recognizing Carey, being so wild with fear that he was willing to kill him.
Now you listen.
So all you had to do was get hold of Tommy's gun. I don't know how or when. That's beside the point.
Mr. Johnny, you sure of this?
I'm not sure of anything, Chief.
You bet you are.
But if Billy is willing to go over to the police lab in Sarasota, let them make a paraffin test of his shooting hand. Well, Billy.
All right, you two.
Oh, you don't get. Chief, you want to let Tom Patterson out of that cell so he can go home to his family?
Yes, sir. Right away. And thank you, Mr. Johnny.
Expense account total, including our motel room, some fishing out in the Gulf with Chief Younger the next day, then the flight back to Hartford. Call it $200 even. Remarks? The fishing was great. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Russell Thorson, Barney Phillips, Sam Edwards, Bert Holland, and Stacey Harris. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wald speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Inspector.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, just being polite when I see a nice fat commission about to come my way.
You know something? You clear this one up for me, and maybe it could involve a sizable commission.
The sound of sweet music wafts to my ears. Who, what, when, where, and why, Patrick?
Only answer two of them, Johnny.
All right. What?
What and where? Ever hear of the Rochemont necklace?
I never.
Well, you should have. But come on over to my office. I'll tell you about it.
Missing?
That's right, missing.
From where?
I'll tell you about it.
What's it worth? I mean, unless it's pretty valuable,
What's
there's
the
no sense.
difference? Your commission may be a sizable one.
How much, Pat?
Come on over.
How much? Well?
Okay. The necklace is insured for exactly $321,000.
What?
That's right, $321,000.
Okay, baby. I'm on my ever-loving way.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the super salesman matter. As always, the promise of a big commission did sound like sweet music to me. So, expense account item 1 is $1.25 for a cab to the Office of Universal Adjustment in the Spear Building down on the square where Pat was waiting for me.
Oh, come in. Sit down and listen, Johnny.
Sure, Pat. Right ahead.
Well, the Rochemont necklace, part of some old crown jewels or something, came over from Paris a few years ago. The whole collection was worth a couple of $1 million. Well, various parts of it were sold to various people in various parts of the country, but the ruby and diamond necklace went to Mrs. Liza Rochemont. Now, she's a wealthy widow living out on the edge of town. Except when she was away in Florida, California, Europe, wherever, when she'd put it in a vault at the bank, she kept it in a wall safe at her home, a safe to which she alone has the combination, and nobody's ever broken into it.
You're sure of that?
I'm sure. There's an automatic device that would show it.
Well, did she ever wear that priceless hunk of jewelry?
Oh, quite often. Which is why she often had it cleaned and the stones checked in the settings.
Go on.
So a couple of days ago, she handed it over to that jeweler in the new building just across the square there. You see the shop?
Parker?
Clayton Parker.
Seems to me she'd pick one of the big ones, one of the old-time firms, or send it down to New York to Tiffany's or Cartier or someone like that. After all,
well, that's exactly what her insurance man, Tim Pringle, you know him, Surety Mutual?
Oh,
yeah, well, Tim told her this morning when he found out what's happened.
What's happened?
Clayton Parker called her up in the middle of the night and then barged in on her looking like he'd seen a ghost or two. He laid the necklace in her lap and promptly fainted away.
Parker?
And when he came to, with the help of a little brandy, he shakily told her that her necklace, instead of the genuine article worth over 300 G's, was paste, was a fake.
You are kidding.
No. She took it over to Wilson Brothers, her regular jewelers. They told her Parker was right, so she fainted.
Well, now, look.
Well, when she came to, she notified Tim Pringle. He notified me. I called you. That is, after I took time out for a little thinking about it.
Yeah?
A Universal Adjustment Bureau serves a lot of companies all over the country.
I know.
We get reports on every client company's problem.
So?
Well, something rang a bell. I went through the files. Johnny, this very same kind of thing happened back in '56 out in Chicago, down in Philadelphia, that was in '59. And in each case, the jeweler who discovered the switch answered the description of Mr. Clayton W. Parker.
Has anybody been through Parker's shop?
Well, now, Johnny, we've got a little problem there.
Problem? Like what?
Well, if Tim Pringle openly sicks the police or even a private investigator onto Parker.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Now, if Tim were to pull a boo-boo, make a wrong charge against his own new client...
So, what am I supposed to do? Bust into Parker's shop some dark night? Blow his safe, maybe?
Well, Johnny,
He does not have a burglar alarm in that little shop of his, nor on the safe inside.
So what?
And it is easily accessible from a dark alley out in the back.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Well?
Are you asking me? Are you suggesting
of course not, Johnny. I'm not asking a thing. What kind of a company do you think this is?
Well,
don't be ridiculous. However, if somebody were to find the genuine necklace in Parker's safe, someone that is unknown to us,
What did you say your name is?
I didn't. And yours?
What's it to you?
Okay.
Item 2, $100 to a man named Fingers J. But let's leave his last name out of this. I may have use for his delicate touch again sometime. Well, getting into the back of Parker's store that night was a cinch. And once inside, we could see why he didn't bother with much protection. His stock was small, and most of it was novelty stuff. And he must have been a super salesman to get hold of Mrs. Rochemont's valuable necklace. If it was the real one that he took in for cleaning. While Fingers worked in the old-fashioned safe, I went over the store with a fine-tooth comb, wearing gloves, of course. No sign of the necklace anywhere, including the safe. So I helped Fingers out of the back window we'd opened, sent him on his way, made a careful check to be sure the place looked the same as it had before, then proceeded to hoist myself out of the window. Now, let's see if I can get this closed again.
No,
now, wait a minute.
Yeah. And this'll keep you here.
Help! Please!
Listen carefully. Get the picture. Timber needed for thousands upon thousands of new houses is needlessly destroyed. Watersheds supplying vitally needed water for industry and life itself are laid waste. Wildlife is cruelly killed, their habitats ruined for many years to come. Sorely needed outdoor recreational areas are burned black. Homes are leveled to the ground and human lives destroyed. And what causes this terrible destruction, this tragic loss? It can be as tiny a thing as one paper match. 90% of our forest fires are caused by people. People who are careless for just one fatal instance with their cigarettes, matches, campfires. Every American, every one of us, man, woman, or child, is a potential firebuck. It takes only a moment's carelessness or thoughtlessness to set fire loose in the forest. Let's all observe the simple common sense rules of forest fire protection. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
How I managed to get back up on my feet and out of that alley before the police arrived, I'm not quite sure. But I somehow did. I ran a couple of blocks through some other alleys, and then, playing drunk, which wasn't hard after that club on the head, I grabbed a taxi. That's item 3, $1.50. I went back to my apartment, had a couple of stiff drinks, a couple of aspirins, and soaked my aching head with a wet towel. And after a good night's rest, I was all set to call Pat McCracken and tell him to go jump into the nearest lake. Until I remembered that officially he'd had nothing to do with all this. And then I did some thinking. If what Pat had told me was true, only 2 people could possibly have substituted a phony for the Rochemont necklace. The wealthy Mrs. Rochemont herself, of course. This new small-time jeweler, this Clayton Parker. But it wasn't in the store. Yeah. So maybe hidden around his home someplace. Well, I could try. In the meantime, hope he hadn't recognized me in that alley. No doubt he'd be in a shop this morning. And if he was married. Expense account item 4, $5 for a handful of business cards at the shop of a small printer. Item 5, $79.95 for a vacuum cleaner, one of the tank-type jobs with all the accessories. And I managed to grab a stack of literature on it. Item 6, $2 1/4 at a pawn shop for a beat-up fiber suitcase. The business cards went into my pocket. The vacuum cleaner went into the back seat of my car, which luckily was badly in need of a wash job, but kind of poorly.
The accessories and literature went into the suitcase, then into the back also. Then I crossed my fingers and took off. Alrighty, here we are now.
Yeah. Well.
Mrs. Parker?
Yeah, that's right. Only who... No, wait a minute.
Yes?
Did you see that sign over the doorbell? No salesman or solicitor.
Oh, well, of course.
Well,
But I came in answer to the coupon you mailed asking for more information in the free demonstration.
coupon?
Oh, yeah. My name is, well, here's my card.
Now, look.
No obligation to buy, none whatsoever. Yeah, ma'am.
Look, is this some kind of... James Dakin, sales engineer, and a national vacuum cleaner service.
Yes, ma'am.
What's a sales engineer?
You really want to know?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's just a glorified name for an ordinary salesman.
Well, you're a pretty glorified kind of guy to have to be going around pounding doorbells, Jimmy.
Well, gotta make a living.
Yes, you do all right, too. A beautiful, lonesome, long-suffering housewife. See a good-looking guy like you at the door and pop off to work somewhere. You probably do all right.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You should see some of those lovely, lonely housewives you're talking about. No makeup, hair still up in curlers, a pair of dirty bedroom slippers chewed up by the family pet.
What?
Yeah, and all decked out in a sloppy house coat with an old apron full of soap suds from the breakfast dishes.
Oh, what a picture.
Yeah, and maybe even kind of hung over from the night before.
You mean that's what you usually run into?
Oh, run away from.
Are you cute, Jimmy?
And that's why it's such a relief to be met by somebody like you. I mean, well, that is.
Well? Hmm?
No, I'm sorry. I mean, I brought the cleaner around to give you the demonstration you asked for when you sent in the coupon.
Are you kidding, Jimmy? I didn't send in any coupon.
Oh, but you must have. Whoa. Would you like me to go get my list out of the car? Oh, because if you hadn't sent in a coupon,
And
I wouldn't.
hate to do you out of commission. And I sure don't need to buy another vacuum. I'm sorry. Good luck.
But I wasn't going to send you one.
What?
Oh, no. They're sold only in the stores. I simply get paid for the free home demonstration.
Oh?
So just let me come in and show you how it works, huh? Then you can fill out the card saying you have had a demonstration and... Listen, Mrs. Parker.
Yeah, Jimmy. My name's Gloria.
Well, look, things have been kind of tough. And if I don't fill my quota this week, well, look, I'll do the whole house for you, and no obligation whatsoever. Well, Mrs. Parker?
Oh, look, Jimmy, if my husband should ever know that he doesn't like people in here while he's out, but... Well... come on in. And after all, if you have to work so hard, maybe you could use a little drink. Come on.
Just to make the demonstration.
Sure. Come on in.
Oh, now just a minute. I'm a man of high principles. I had a job to do. Which is to say that as soon as I got inside, I unpacked the equipment, hooked it up, and went to work vacuum cleaning the whole house. And I'll tell you this, I should have studied the directions a little more carefully before trying this crazy stunt, or maybe made a few practice swings through my own apartment. Now, modern appliances notwithstanding, I now have a great deal of sympathy for the American housewife. I mean, that living room was huge, and so was the dining room. But I didn't want to be obvious by heading into the study first. The study where her husband's desk would be, and where, if I were lucky, she she wouldn't leave me alone for a second.
Oh, come on, Jimmy. Isn't that enough?
No, gotta finish the job. I promised I'd clean the whole place, and I'll do it. Why don't you just sit down, relax, and read a book or something?
What about that little drink I promised you? We could have it right here in the den.
Hey, look, I know. While you're out the bottle and some ice and soda. Yes, this will be fine.
Suits me, too. See? We have the same taste.
Yeah, well, while you're getting it, I'll finish up the study here, then we can sit down and relax a minute before I start.
Relax,
What? What did you say?
Nothing. So I'll go get the drink.
Yeah. Still keeping the vacuum cleaner going, I made a dive for the desk. Top drawer and two on the side had only the usual junk in them. But the third one down had a small lock on it. By stepping on the handle, I was able to spring it. And there inside, a small black metal box. Yeah, the Rochemont necklace. And even my untrained eyes told me this was no fake. But I couldn't very well leave it there. And what if Gloria Parker knew about this? What if she suspected that my lousy job was just an excuse? Phone right there on the desk nearly scared me of a year's road. It was the only phone. No, it quit in mid-ring. Yeah, she must have picked up an extension. And that gave me time to close the drawer again, then finish up my cleaning job before she came back into the study. But when she did, instead of a couple of drinks in her hand, she carried one of those interesting little devices made out of blued steel.
Okay, baby, that's enough.
Huh?
That's right. Now, why don't you just put up your hands over your head? That's right. Johnny.
You're one of those people who have newsmen are on the move all the time, always in the direction of developments of the day. Schedule practical understanding of the value listeners put upon their services. They know you rely on them for accuracy at all times. And they have a first-hand appreciation of the importance of clarity and brevity as well. That all of these standards are kept in mind by our highly skilled, highly experienced men. Here are the busier you are, the more you'll appreciate the efforts of our CBS News staff. These men offer you a direct link with history day by day. But more than that, they do their job with full regard for your busy schedule. For accuracy, brevity, and clarity in news reports. For news at frequent intervals at the most time. Every day. Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Super Salesman Matter.
Smart, huh? Making like a cleaner salesman to get in here.
Now, why don't you put that thing down?
Oh, no. But you should have been smart. Oh, no, Johnny, that was Clayton, my husband. Thought you might come here.
You... Johnny, Mrs. Parker.
That's right. Johnny Dollar, the famous dick. You stupid. You think Clay didn't recognize me from the store last night?
Oh? Then why didn't the police pick me up this morning?
Police find out you were checking on him, they might think he had something to do with that phony necklace that...
That what, Mrs. Parker?
You know, that rich Mrs. Rochemont asked get off his phone. Gonna prove otherwise?
Maybe.
Oh, no. Got some crazy ideas. Well, I don't think anybody's gonna hear them. Because when Clay gets...
Ideas?
What?
What if I have some proof?
Any... Oh, it's still lot. You've got no proof of anything.
All right, now listen. It's done.
So, you got you my record.
Gloria.
Shut up! Go on. You're waiting. You'd better pray.
Good work, Glory.
Sure, Clay. The cubs are leading in the sheep to the slaughter.
But why'd you let him in here in the first place? Even if you didn't know who he was.
Are you kidding?
What do you mean, Dollar?
Well, if you could have seen the open arm welcome I got on the strength of betting my nice brown eyes that are a couple of times. Sure. You don't keep very close tabs on her when you're out of the house, do you, Parker?
Now listen to him, Clay. He's lying. He's trying to trick you, make you drop your guard.
That's right. Won't work, Dollar.
Okay, I tried. So, now you can call in the police to pick me up.
Police? Don't make me laugh. Why do you think I didn't call them in last night? You're on this case.
You sure of that?
You trying to tell me they'd go for breaking and entering my shop? They or that insurance company of yours? In the hopes that maybe you'd find that pretty little necklace? Yeah, I see.
So you admit that you substituted Tony. Well,
keep that gun on him, Glory, while I make sure it's still okay.
Don't worry. He doesn't have a chance. Where to look. Up until you called, I kept him busy. I kept the great John busy pushing a vacuum.
No, it isn't here. All right, Dollar. Give me the gun, Glory.
Sure.
Now frisk him.
Yeah, sure.
Perfectly willing.
Shut up!
Not on him.
Is anybody else in this house?
No, Clay. And I only left him alone in this room for...
Here, then. And shoot him down if he makes one move.
Worry.
He turned the room upside down, looked in and around, even outside the windows. He made me strip to my shorts and went through every inch of my clothes.
Glory, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, then, if I'll leave you two to figure out what might have happened.
Dollar, you don't leave this room alive.
Police!
Yeah, well, they don't get... It was a nice... You okay?
Oh, sure, Pat. Oh, and thank you, Lieutenant. Only Pat. Why?
Well, when you didn't report to me that you'd found that thing in his when were last night.
Please go on.
Yes. Well, when I saw Parker from my office window, they saw him tear out of a shop a few minutes ago and burn rubber heading out in this direction. Obvious. So
thanks. Yeah, thanks, Pat. And would you like to see the necklace? Somewhere inside this vacuum cleaner I didn't sell. Parker is dead. His wife yammered all over the place in the hope of getting off easy. Optimist. So that's that. Expense account total $189.95. Oh, and by all means, don't forget my commission over $320 grand. Yours truly, Sonny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Lou Little over here at State Unity Life.
Lou, it's about time I got a call from you.
I know. But then our nice, quiet, wealthy clientele hasn't been giving us any trouble. Up to now.
What's the problem now?
Johnny, I've got a crazy writer on my hands. Well, maybe not crazy. Actually, he's a very nice old guy, but you know how writers are.
Do I?
Well, don't you?
Only writer I have any contact with is Johnstone.
The man who dramatizes these cases of mine to put them on the air.
And he's perfectly normal?
Well, let's see. He's kind of a nut about fishing.
You see, if it isn't fishing, it's something else. So help me, every one of them is, well, they've got some peculiarity.
Look, Lou, if liking to fish is a peculiarity, I'm the nuttiest guy around.
Well, you know what I mean. They get so wrapped up in things. Anyhow, this man, this author, is a nut on murder. Writes nothing but murder stories. That's all he thinks about.
So that makes him a killer?
Can you think of anyone better qualified to plan a perfect crime?
You have reason to think something like that's going on, Lou?
Maybe. Maybe you better come on over here and let me tell you about it.
Yeah. Maybe I better.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to State Unity Life Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the imperfect crime matter. Expense account item 1, $4.26 for a tank full of gas. As long as I could fill up my own car on the expense account, why not? When I got to his office, Lou Little wasted no time in getting to the point.
Bodyguard. Well, I'd say that's up to you after you've heard the facts in the case.
Go ahead, shoot.
Must say, though, I can't think of a nicer job than acting as a bodyguard for her. Her? And I mean, what a body. And all that goeth with, wow.
Then you meant authoress rather than author.
No, Johnny, I'm talking about Mrs. Porter.
Porter?
That's right, Denise Porter.
The wife of G. Stanley Porter?
That's right. You know him?
No, but I'd like to.
I doubt that.
Lou, in my book, he is one of the best mystery writers alive.
Oh, no question of it. And over the years, he's done very well for himself.
Well, he deserves to. That man can take the simplest plot and build it up into a fantastic mystery. And his descriptions, Lou, of people and places and things, why, he can almost make you see them just the way he does. What's his problem?
Hers, Johnny. And I've asked her over here to tell you about her herself.
Well, then bring her on.
Well, she should have got here before you did. At least, let me tell you this while we're waiting.
Yeah?
We sold them both life insurance policies right after they got married a little over a year ago.
Each made the other the beneficiary?
Right.
How large are the policies?
$750,000 apiece.
What?
Double indemnity. Yep, $1.5 million in case of death of either one of them.
And now they're not getting along, huh?
Apparently they're not. You see, Johnny... Oh.
Your secretary said to come right in, Mr. Little.
Yes, do. Please, come in.
And suddenly I began to hear sweet music. That whole office took on a kind of soft, warm, pleasant glow around one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen. Denise, maybe 26 or 7, tall, blonde, and beautiful. Her complexion, faintly tanned, was flawless, and her figure, well, her expensive, carefully tailored clothes, even a few carefully chosen pieces of fine jewelry she wore, seemed almost tawdry compared to the girl herself. Her eyes were a warm, rich brown, yet there was a twinkle there, a sparkle that was almost an invitation. But into her eyes, as she talked to us, came what? Apprehension? Fear? I'm not sure, but it was disturbing.
And it isn't as though my husband hasn't been good to me. He has. Almost too good. A little too considerate. But, well, there's been something insincere about it lately.
Ask me, Johnny. It's like giving the condemned one a hearty last meal.
That's a horrible way to put it, Mr. Little. Oh, maybe that's what it amounts to. Yes, he's been so moody, so morose lately.
Why? Have you given him any cause?
No, of course not. I'm afraid it's just because... Well, you see,
Go on, Denise.
Johnny, I don't know how to say it. I thought that our marriage would be different, not like the others.
You've been married before?
No, but he has. And I just found out all about it. And not just once, Johnny, but 4 times. 4 other wives.
Happy as a lark with every one of them, too, for a couple of years.
And then?
Then each of them died. Suddenly, unexpectedly.
Under suspicious circumstances?
Apparently not at all. Apparently a couple of them were accidents. But mind, I use that word, apparently.
He's such a master of the perfect crime, Johnny. In his writing, I mean. But don't you see? That's all he thinks about. Planning perfect crimes, perfect murders. It's almost an obsession with him. And when I found out that right after each of them died, he'd written another book about the murder of a woman.
But to commit a crime and then put it into a book would be ridiculous.
What I said about authors still goes, Johnny.
Well, do you or you, Denise, have any real reason for thinking that he might have murdered his other wives?
4 in a row? And each of them after only a year or two? And each of them well insured?
Doesn't prove anything, Lou.
Not the least suspicious, huh?
Well, of course I am, but if nobody's been able to prove anything, why...
I'm scared, Johnny. The way he's been acting lately. And this not knowing what he's thinking or planning. If only I could know what he's writing about. Locked up there in his study every day, all day long, most of the night. And I lie there alone in my bed every night, wondering what sort of a clever, diabolical trap he's setting for me.
If he is.
I'm sure he is. And the same thing will happen to me that happened to the other 4. Unless you can help me. Unless he falls into his trap himself.
How long has this been going on, Denise?
Months now, Johnny. Several months.
So she finally called this morning and asked for you.
Please, Johnny. Will you help me? Will you protect me from whatever trap he's setting for me?
Of course he will, Denise.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Johnny.
Let me think about it, no? I'll be in touch. Maybe in a couple of days.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism and you've never tried Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on the way. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe, temporary relief of minor arthritic, rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub often.
I went back to my apartment to think this one over. I couldn't imagine anything pleasanter than acting as a bodyguard for beautiful Denise Porter. But the more I thought about it, the more I wondered. No question but that an author, constantly preoccupied with planning the perfect crime, would be the most likely to get away with it, or at least to think he could. I'd told Denise I wasn't sure if I'd take on the case. I was sure, only I didn't want her to know it. Not yet. Especially in view of the fact that when she pulled a handkerchief out of her bag in Lou's office, a plane ticket had dropped out. A ticket to New York. Okay, item 2, 90 cents for a phone call to New York to my old pal, Lieutenant Randy Singer of the 18th Precinct. Then I hopped into my car and drove out to the home of G. Stanley Porter, author. It was an old place, but in its way, a very handsome one. The front door of heavy oak led into a large reception hall, its floor of polished marble. At the right was the entrance to a huge living room. At the left, a long, straight staircase, also of oak, going up to the second floor in a sort of gallery with various bedroom doors facing on it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. That front door was opened for me by a man in his late 50s, tall, well-built, handsome, with a shock of white hair.
Yeah?
Mr. Porter?
That's right.
My name is Dollar, Johnny Dollar.
Oh, come in, Mr. Dollar. By all means, come in.
Thank you.
I don't know what brings you here, but I can assure you it's a real pleasure to see you.
Thank you again.
I've been following these exciting exploits of yours for years on the radio.
I'm glad to hear that.
Let's see now. About 6 feet, huh?
That's right.
Perhaps 160 pounds.
On the nose.
Dark hair and eyes of gray, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And built like a steel spring, I'm sure. Just the way I've always visualized you. But, what I can do for you?
Your wife isn't at home.
Oh. I see. She's been checking with you or one of your companies about our insurance.
Something like that, yes.
Well, now, I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar, but I can assure you we have all we need, and surely they aren't making you fill in your time as an ordinary salesman.
No, Mr. Porter. It's just that where policies the size of yours are involved, we like to keep in touch, that's all.
Well, it's a matter of making sure that we're hale and hearty and able to keep up these fantastic premiums they charge for a man of my age. I can assure you that everything's all right.
Well, seeing this home of yours and the way it's kept, I'm sure it is.
No, I'm a writer, you know.
I certainly do know. I have read and thoroughly enjoyed most of your books.
And things have been going nicely for me, financially, I mean. And, well, as long as I have the money, I like to surround myself with beautiful things, this home, the garden, beautiful paintings.
And a beautiful wife.
Yes. Denise is beautiful, isn't she?
Very.
Young, beautiful, full of vitality. Yes, I'm very lucky for a man of my age.
And I suspect that all she needs to do is ask, and you give her everything she wants.
Everything? Well, I try, but working the way I do, the long hours alone. You see, Dollar, my writing is a sort of compulsion. Writing is my whole life. I get ideas from everything, from everyone I meet. Now, it may sound morbid, but even the passing of my former wives, and believe me, I love them dearly, gave me ideas for stories. And if I don't get them down on paper and work them out immediately, well, I have to, or I'll lose them. You understand that, Dollar?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. But apart from some of my, perhaps too much of my time, I try to give her everything to keep her happy. And, of course, when I die, she'll have not only my insurance, but other things and money as well. It's the least I can do when you consider how she nursed me back to health from an almost fatal illness.
And if she dies before you?
Have that happen again? Lose her, my little Denise, the way the other... Sorry, Dollar, forgive me. I'm sorry she isn't here. She went down to New York with some of her girlfriends, and she won't be back until after the theater.
Mm-hmm. Well, it really doesn't make any difference, I guess.
As long as you're here, come along. Up to my study, second floor. Only it's really where I practically live these days with the book I work on.
Oh?
I'd like to talk further with you. Who knows? Maybe some of your exciting adventures will give me plot material. I'll lead the way. Well, you coming?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, why do you say it that way? A little surprised, perhaps, at the way I move around this place?
More than a little, Mr. Porter.
Why? Just because I happen to be totally blind?
Up there in his study, only it was a small, complete apartment. I tried to speak further with Mr. Porter about his wife. But all he'd talk of was plots for his whodunits, and asked about some of my relatively mild experiences as an insurance investigator. Despite the fact his interest lay only in the fine points of murder, I found his conversation fascinating. Later, after making and pouring enough cocktails to give both of us a bit of an edge, he opened the door of a sort of a built-in kitchenette and fixed one of the most delicious steak dinners I've had in years. And with such ease and sureness of touch, I almost forgot that he was completely blind.
Well, enjoy your steak, Johnny.
Prime, well hung, and broiled to a T.
Fine. Now, just let me get these dishes cleaned up, and we can talk some more. You can give me some more of your ideas.
No, you don't.
Now, you stay right there. You stay right there and finish your cigarette and coffee. I'm the host. I'm the boss.
All right. Tell me, you always eat your dinner up here?
Well, when Denise is away, which is rather often these days. But my real fun is in raiding the big refrigerator downstairs every night, long about 2 or 3 in the morning, after I put my typewriter away.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Porter?
No?
I think I would like to raid that icebox with you.
Fine.
Maybe for 2 or 3 nights, if necessary.
Oh? Oh, of course, I'd be delighted to have you stay over.
Provided one thing.
What's that?
That neither your wife nor anyone else knows that I'm staying in this house.
Some little mystery you're cooking up for me, Johnny?
Yeah, something like that. And while you're doing those dishes, I'll go down and move my car over to the next block. A hunch? No, not at this point. Just lay it to experience. Some long, sometimes pretty unpleasant experience. When I went out to move my car, I put in another call to New York. That's item 4 to Lieutenant Randy Singer. And what he had to say told me that I'd guessed right.
That's right. He met her at the plane.
She got off alone?
All alone. No, I don't know yet who he is, Johnny, but don't worry. I'll find out for you.
And where'd they go?
Well, like I said, before they started the round of the nightclubs, they made that one stop.
At a machine tool supplier's.
Yeah. And all he bought and gave to her was a...
Yeah, you told me. Okay, Randy. Thanks a lot. It all added up. And why call me in on the whole thing? As a cover-up, of course. To convince me so that I would convince the law when it was all over that Mr. G. Stanley Porter had slipped up. With his mind on his book, he'd forgotten the trap he'd set. That he'd fallen into it himself. That's what it would look like, all right. And what was the trap?
Johnny, this mysterious behavior of yours intrigues me more than you may realize.
Well, who knows? Maybe you'll get some material for a story.
Well, at least give me some clues to what you're up to.
Later, Mr. Porter. Maybe later. Maybe tomorrow.
Whatever you say. Another drink?
No, thanks. I'm fine.
See, may be that I'm ahead of you. Huh?
What is it, sir?
Front door. Denise is home. Now, as I told you, Johnny, she'll stop in here for a minute to say good night to me. So if you want to go through this little stunt of hiding from her, she's coming up the stairs now. I'll get to my typewriter.
When I look back on it, the business of hiding in that tiny kitchenette with the door open only a crack seems almost childish, like a couple of kids playing Mystery Story. But believe me, this was playing for keeps.
Still working, darling?
Yeah, usual. Did you enjoy the play, my dear?
Oh, the other girls seem to like it.
How was it all about?
Oh, you know, usual thing. Oh, I'm terribly tired, dear. I think I'll... Oh, there's plenty of milk and a nice chocolate cake. Your favorite kind in the refrigerator. You know, for your late supper.
Thank you. Night, dear.
Night.
Well, my fellow conspirator, you may come out now.
Kind of a silly sort of a game, I suppose.
Is it?
Well, isn't it?
I wonder.
You wonder what?
I was thinking that maybe I'd let you see the manuscript story I'm working on. Later on, perhaps.
Whatever you say.
But it might be quite apropos to this game of ours with Denise. Except, of course, that I haven't written the ending yet.
Is that why you've been so interested in talking with me? Having me here, Mr. Porter? In the hope that maybe I can help you write the ending?
I'm not sure. Not yet.
Tell me this, Mr. Porter. Is there by any chance a character in it like yourself? A man without sight, who nonetheless manages to get around his home as though he could see as well as I do?
I'm not going to tell you a thing, Johnny, not yet. Shall we go downstairs and raid the icebox?
After that huge dinner only a couple of hours ago and those drinks? Don't you think a little snooze sounds like a much better idea?
Yeah, perhaps you're right.
Good. You want to sprawl out on the sofa? I'll grab some sleep right here in this chair. Finally, after what seemed like a couple of hours, he began to snore, softly but deeply. Quietly as possible, I slipped out of the room and to the head of the long, dark staircase that led to the marble floor of the reception hall far below. Then, carefully feeling my way, one step at a time, I started down. And there they were, on the fourth step from the top. There must have been a couple of dozen of them. Small, smooth, steel ball bearings that she and her boyfriend in New York had bought. Had Porter ever stepped on them in one of his usual quick flights down those stairs, nothing in the world could possibly have saved him from crashing to the stone floor below. And when it was over, she could have gathered up those ball bearings, disposed of them, and nobody would have known the fall wasn't an accident by a blind man who simply missed a step that he couldn't see. There'd be nothing to suggest that he was pushed down the stairs because he wasn't. No marks where a wire might have been stretched across because there was none. No sign at all of what really happened.
Carefully, still feeling my way in the dark, I collected the ball bearings from the stair tread and put them into my pocket. Then I went back up and started feeling my way back to Mr. Porter's.
That's all right, Johnny.
Mr. Porter.
I've seen now what you planned for me. Or rather, my ears have told me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Porter.
And it looks as though you have given me an ending to my story, doesn't it?
You mean your story is about this? About Denise?
And her having got tired of living with an old man. About her lover in New York. Yeah. I'm afraid I've known all along, Johnny, about a lot of things. And a man of my age, married to a lovely young girl, only half his age.
I guess that's why I felt in the beginning, Mr. Porter, that if one of you were plotting to kill the other, it wouldn't be you.
All I didn't know was how she would try it, or when.
What'll you do now, sir? Though I know it's really none of my affair.
Now give me the little steel balls you found. When I give them to her, and she sees that I know, I guess from now on, mine will be a very lonely life, Johnny.
I left him then, walked out to my car, drove back to my apartment, poured myself a good stiff drink, and have been quietly sitting here writing out this report. Whatever may have happened when he faced her with the evidence of her attempt to murder him is none of my affair. The expense account? Forget it. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Here is Mandel Kramer to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, I start out to collect a small debt, but instead I collect a bullet. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced by Bruno Zerato Jr., directed by Ed Oates, musical supervision by Ethel Huber. The part of Johnny Dollar was played by Mandel Kramer. Also heard were Alan Manson as Lou, Evelyn Joster as Denise, Raymond Edward Johnson as Porter, Eugene Francis as Randy. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Reed here at Floyd's of England.
Georgie, how are you?
I beg your pardon?
George Reed, Floyd's of England?
Oh, no, Mr. Dollar. No, this is Geoffrey Reed. I'm George's younger brother.
Oh, I didn't know he had one.
Oh, yes, indeed. What's more, I've taken over here, in George's place, so to speak.
Well, what's happened to him?
Well, he's been reassigned to the Home Office back in London.
Oh, I see.
Yes, well-deserved promotion for him. He'll be in charge of all foreign business out of the Home Office, yes.
That big bum.
Eh? I beg your pardon?
I mean, for running off without telling me, without giving me a chance to throw him a farewell party or something.
Oh, well, you see, it was quite sudden.
Well, it must have been. George and I got to be pretty good friends, over the years. We worked a lot of cases together.
Yes, so he informed me. He also informed me, Mr.
Some of them were pretty wild, though, I must say, like the insurance on a pair of singing mice, on stolen ambergris from a totally non-existent whale. Some pretty wild ones. I mean, policies he never had any business issuing. Says going back to old England,
yes, he also informed me. Yes, just a few days ago. And as I started...
Son of a gun, I'll miss the old boy. You know something, Geoffrey?
Please, Mr.
He was the only insurance man I ever knew... Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I have interrupted you, haven't I?
He also, George, that is, also informed me that if I were to run into any difficulties that, of an unusual nature, that, shall we say that shouldn't be called to the attention of the police, that I need never hesitate to call upon you.
Uh-oh. What kind of crazy coverage has that company of yours given this time?
It's a policy George wrote himself.
Oh, then I shudder.
And I dare say you can hardly call this one crazy, Mr. Dollar. That is, when you consider it will require paying out some 100,000 of your American dollars.
On what?
On the life, or I should say the return of a little child.
Return of a Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about a kidnapping?
Yes, I am.
Well, have you called in the police, the FBI?
No, definitely not.
Why not?
Because the most explicit terms of the policy...
What are you talking about? What's an insurance policy got to do with whether or not you bring in the proper authorities?
Everything, Mr. Dollar.
Don't you understand, Reed, that kidnapping is a federal offense? Listen, give me the names involved. I'll notify the FBI myself.
No. That is the one thing you must not do.
Now, listen to me.
Please, Mr. Dollar. Come over here and read the policy. Let me give you the facts of the case. I shall try to have the father over here to see and talk with you. And I think you'll change your mind about calling in the FBI.
Well, that I doubt very much. But okay, Mr. Reed. I'll be there in a few minutes.
CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Shifty Looker matter. Expense account item 1, $4.30 for the inevitable tank full of gas. I always seem to find it empty when I have to use my car in a hurry. I drove downtown to Reed's office in the Spear Building. Jeffrey looked very much like his brother George, for whom I've handled so many investigations over the years, but he sounded far more British. Also, he seemed to have the knack of getting to the point by the longest possible way around.
He also informed me, Mr. Dollar, that I should keep, shall we say, a rather wary eye on your expense account.
Oh, yes, but...
that it might tend to get somewhat out of hand on occasion.
Well, let's not worry about that just now.
And I know, now that I've taken over this office, I fully appreciate how you may feel about some of the policies George issued during his tenure of office here. And I'm afraid this is one of them.
Well, suppose you tell me what happened.
The fact remains that by virtue of having written some of these, shall we say, rather unusual policies, he was able to build up the company's North American business to a wholly unprecedented extent.
Yes, we know that, Jeffrey, but about this kidnapping...
As a matter of fact, it was his outstanding record here that earned him the privilege of returning to the home office of...
Jeffrey, let's get to the business at hand, shall we?
Oh, yes, of course. Do you mind if I use the typical American familiarity and call you Johnny, as I understand George...
You can call me anything you like if you'll only get to the point.
Very well. And first, Johnny, I must insist that you read the terms of the policy covering the Looker child.
Looker?
Yes, just what it sounds like. Looker. Cynthia Looker, and her father's name is Stephen.
Stephen Looker. Steve Looker.
Why do you say it that way?
I'm not sure, really. Somewhere in the back of my mind... Oh, forget it. Now, what happened?
Well, Mr. Looker and his child have residence at the old Wakefield Towers. He's retired, I understand. At least according to the policy.
Looker.
I beg your pardon?
No, nothing. Go on.
Well, he called me just before I called you. That is, I called you after checking over this policy, as he insists I do.
Yes, well?
It seems that he spent last evening, up to the wee small hours, with some friends, leaving his daughter Cynthia alone in the apartment.
How old is Cynthia?
7.
Go on.
When he returned early this morning, she was gone.
Well, now, that doesn't necessarily mean that she was kidnapped.
Oh, but I'm afraid it does, Johnny.
Was there a ransom note?
A ransom message, rather, on a tape recording device attached to his telephone, demanding $100,000.
I see.
By some coincidence, that is exactly the amount specified in the policy. Now, read it, please.
He insured her specifically against kidnapping?
It provides for immediate payment in cash, in unmarked bills of any amount up to and including $100,000 that may be demanded by the kidnappers.
But look here, Jeff.
It also states that under no circumstances are the press, the police, the FBI, or any other recognized law enforcement agency to be brought in until Mr. Looker has had ample opportunity to attempt payment of the ransom, and if possible, achieve return of the child. I told you it was unusual, Johnny.
Unusual? It's highly illegal, too.
Be that as it may, we are bound by its terms.
Well, then why call me in?
Well, fortunately, you are not one of the agencies of the law referred to.
Why under the sun would George ever issue a policy like this?
I told you, Johnny.
Yes, you told me. When was it issued?
Shortly after little Cynthia was born, which happened to be shortly after the Beeler kidnapping and the abduction and subsequent murder of the Hammerthwaite child. As you may remember, the Hammerthwaites refused to pay the ransom.
Yes, I do remember them both.
Well, can you blame Mr. Looker, then, for wanting such protection for Cynthia?
When is the money supposed to be paid? Did he tell you that?
Yes, tonight.
Where and how?
I don't know.
Where is Looker now?
On his way over here.
To pick up the money?
Yes, I have it all ready for him. But now, if he should find you here... Excuse me. Yes?
Mr. Looker is here to see you, Mr. Reed.
Well, just a moment, Sarah. Johnny.
I work here. I'm the one who had to go out and pick up the cash.
Oh, good. Very well, Sarah. Send him in, please.
Yes, sir.
Also, Jeff.
Yes?
I'm the one who's going to try to keep that cash from ever being paid out. The terms of that policy notwithstanding.
Well, now, look, Johnny. Hello. Come in, Mr. Looker. Come in.
There was something familiar about Stephen Looker. The more I watched him and listened to him, the more I was sure of it. When Jeffrey Reed introduced me as an associate, he protested that it was a breach of the confidence stipulated in the insurance policy. But of course, it was too late to do anything about it. He simply warned me that if I, or Jeff either for that matter, if we made any attempt to contact the authorities, he'd have our heads, and I think he meant just exactly that.
Because I know about those dirty, rotten kidnappings. I've read all about them, so have you. And you know what happens if you don't do exactly what they say.
Well, don't believe everything you read, Mr. Looker.
It's easy for you to say, Mr. Dollar, is it?
Yes.
Because it isn't your kid, but I don't follow out their orders exactly in every way. They'll kill her. I know they will.
Now, wait a minute.
Wait, nothing. Cynthia's all I got in my life. She's the most wonderful kid alive, the sweetest, the prettiest, the most lovin'est little. She's all I got, don't you understand? And neither you or anybody else is going to let them take her away from me.
Mr. Looker, if you pay off once, don't you know that they'll try it again?
Not on me, they won't. Because I and Cynthia will be far away. You think I'd stay in a place like this, a country like this, after that?
Mr. Looker.
No. Don't try. Argue with me. It won't do any good. Just give me the money. Let me pay him off and get her back.
Well, of course, we are faced with the matter of proof.
Proof? What do you you talking about?
Proof that she was actually kidnapped.
What more kind of proof you want than this? You said you got a tape machine here in your office, Mr. Reed?
Yes, I have. Right over there.
Then put this on and play it back for this Doubting Thompson or whatever he calls himself. Play back this tape recording and he'll see.
Very well, I shall.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just take me a moment to get it warmed up and ready.
Mr. Looker, why do you have your phone conversations taped?
Why not? Just a habit from the business I was in before I retired.
Oh? What kind of business?
Look, can't you think of anything better to do than ask a lot of silly questions at a time like this?
Well, it's something you'd rather not talk about.
Okay, it was radio and electrical stuff and tape recorders, that sort of thing.
I see.
When my wife died, rest her soul, right after Cynthia was born, and we come here to live in peace, I wasn't working anymore. Well, any reason why I shouldn't rig up a gadget to answer the phone while I was out? And rig it so as it could take down a message for me?
Does it also record conversations when you answer the phone?
Sure, if I wanted to. Why not?
I just wondered. I mean, outside of a business where it might be wise to have orders or contracts or legal commitments recorded.
I said I'm retired.
The only reason I can think of for an individual would be if he expects to be threatened or something and wants a record of it for the police.
Expects?
I mean, suppose he had contacts with people of questionable reputation.
What?
All ready when you are, gentlemen.
Then go ahead and start the tape. You wanted proof, Dollar. Now you'll get it.
All ready?
Right.
Very well.
Hello, this is a recording. Hello. I'm not in right now, but any message you want to leave will be kept on tape for me when I get back. Go right ahead with your message. Well, that's real good. So listen, Mr. Looker. We got your baby, your little Cynthia. She's okay, she's alive and comfortable.
The kidnapper, Johnny.
Now,
Late yet.
You do exactly what we tell you to, you'll get her back again tonight. You don't, you'll never see her alive. Now, all you gotta do is this. Get hold of 100 G's unmarked. You get that? Unmarked. And when you turn it over to us, we turn over the kid to you. We'll even let you get a look at her a couple of seconds before you hand us the money so you'll know we're on the level and she's okay.
Well, at least they...
But I want to warn you. Deliver the dough alone and don't try anything funny. If you call on the cops or anybody else, all you'll ever see is a dead body.
They would. They'd kill my little girl.
Wait, Mr.
All you got to do is this. Tonight, Mr. Looker. Tonight. Tomorrow's going to be too late. You put the dough in a regular paper bag, see? And exactly 11 o'clock tonight...
Stop the machine.
Bring it to the...
I'm taking no chances that you or anybody else can interfere.
He does have a point there, Johnny. If anyone interferes...
You bet I got a point.
All right. But, of course, the tape will have to be left here as evidence, Mr. Looker.
After I paid over the money. After I got my Cynthia back, then you can have it. Then if you want somebody to try and chase down these dirty crooks, that's up to you. But not until I get my little girl back.
Well, now, when you do get her back, since we are paying out all this money, you must let me know immediately.
Don't you worry. The second I get her back to the apartment, I'll call you. I'll have her talk to you so you'll be sure.
That's the Wakefield Tower.
That's right.
Good. They have a switchboard there.
What's the difference?
Well, as long as you make the call from there, from your own apartment, there'll be a record of it.
Splendid. And that will suffice for the evidence we'll need before we call in the police.
Okay. I'll do it just like you say. Now, give me the money, and the both of you better pray a little bit.
As soon as he left us, I took off after him on what proved to be the most unsuccessful tailing job you ever heard of. Within less than 5 minutes, I'd lost him completely. And why? Because he must have known it. He must have been afraid of what might happen to his daughter if somebody else tagged along with him. Or was it? Because it was just about then A little bell in the back of my head suddenly rang out loud and clear. Steve Looker. Shifty Looker. To make sure, I passed up a couple of red lights to get to the public library before it closed. There in the old newspaper files, I found it. A story from September of 1954, Dateline Chicago. When they rounded up the old Maroney mob and took him to trial, only one man got off without a prison term. The one they called Shifty Looker, alleged to be the man who kept his pals informed about the cops by means of a clever, elaborate radio hookup, who jammed the police radio frequency whenever the gang was pulling a job. He got off the hook because he turned state's evidence, but Maroney, who drew a 7-year stretch, swore he'd get even. And Maroney had also been suspected of kidnapping. By the time I walked out of that library, the bell in the back of my brain was clanging like a fire alarm. Item 2, a dime for a call to police headquarters.
Maroney? Stinky Maroney?
That's right, Lieutenant.
Sure, you had a little organization out in Chicago.
Yes, I know.
Drew a 7-year stretch.
Do you know if he's out?
Well, I can check on it, Johnny. Might take me a couple of hours, though.
Lieutenant, I'll be sitting on your doorstep.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism and you've never tried Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on its way. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe temporary relief of minor arthritic rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub often.
Well, Lieutenant?
Johnny, I've been staring at that teletype machine out there until I can't see straight. Still no word. Come on, boy. Sure you don't want to tell me what this is all about?
Sorry, Lieutenant.
Now, wait a minute. Are you thinking maybe Maroney might have some reason for coming here to Hartford?
I didn't say that.
Now, listen, Johnny, we've known each other too long. If you think that maybe Maroney has some reason for... Oh, now, hold the phone.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you by any chance just happen to know that one of his ex-pals just happens to be living here now?
No kidding.
That didn't sound very convincing, Johnny.
I don't know why not.
But his name is Stephen Looker. You know him?
Looker? Should I?
The one member of the mob that got off scot-free. Been here for years now, behaving like an angel. He and his little girl. So we haven't bothered him. But...
Yeah, but what?
Maroney had a grudge against him. Swore he'd get him.
So?
You know the worst thing Maroney could possibly do to Steve Looker?
Should I?
Well, if you really don't know him, I guess not. But I'll tell you, Johnny, the worst thing would be for him to harm that little girl. Money? No, Looker hasn't got much. But if one hair of his little girl's head is touched, listen, he's been a mother and a father and everything else to that pretty little kid. And like I say, he's kept his nose clean here in Hartford. So if Maroney is out... Okay, I know what I'm going to do.
What, Lieutenant?
Put a 24-hour watch over Steve Looker and the kid, beginning right now.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute,
what for? Conroy,
will you take
here.
it easy for a minute?
Oh, you mean that's why you're so concerned about Maroney?
I didn't say that.
Then I'm saying it. Of course it is. But it's a police matter, Johnny.
Listen, Lieutenant.
So you just leave it up to me. Conroy! You call me, Lieutenant? Yeah? Come in here. Right, sir. Oh, and here's the telly you were waiting on. Good, let me see it. And, what do you want me for, Lieutenant? You, Conroy, not a thing. Not yet, that is. Not for a couple of weeks, so relax.
Huh? The teletype, Lieutenant.
Johnny, you can relax, too.
What do you mean?
Your friend Maroney doesn't get out of the pen until the 1st of next month.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, Conroy, that's all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Johnny, you can just relax for 2 solid weeks.
I guess that teletype knocks a theory of mine. Oh, smoke. How blind can I be?
Now, listen, Johnny.
I'll see you later. Blind is right. Was it Maroney's imminent release from prison that gave him the idea? Or was it something that he'd planned all along? And now that Maroney was getting out, he was afraid to wait any longer. Anyhow, it all added up, and much too well. Steve Looker had no money. So how could a kidnapper expect anybody to come up with $100,000 in less than 24 hours? Unless he knew about that insurance policy. But that policy was a deep, dark secret. Yet by some coincidence, that ransom message demanded just exactly 100 G's. Coincidence? And his defensive attitude when he found me there in Jeffrey's office. Of course. He must have known who and what I am. As for his crack that after this was over, he and the youngster would be far, far away. Oh, you bet they would, with $100,000 in his kick. I didn't know where he'd hidden his child, away from his apartment for the day. I didn't care. I didn't know whose voice he'd used on the tape recording. I didn't care about that either. But to carry it off without creating suspicion, he would have to make that phone call to Jeff after 11 o'clock from his own apartment so that it would be on record. It also meant that he wouldn't dare pick up Cynthia and take her there until after 11. I tore on over to the Wakefield Towers, took the elevator up to his floor, and then...
Yes? Who is it?
Special delivery, Mr. Looker.
Okay. What do you want, Dollar?
Just to look at those handbags you're so busy packing.
Wait a minute, Dollar. I told you I and the kid are going to get away from here as soon as I get her back.
I'm sure you would, too, with the 100,000, if you could. Now, just let's have a look at these bags, huh?
You're crazy, Dollar. That 100,000 is to pay off the ransom.
Is it, Shifty?
50.
And what's it doing so carefully stashed away? Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see, Dollar. This thing has a silencer on it. You think I didn't know who you are this afternoon? What you were doing there? Think I wouldn't be ready and waiting for you?
And you still thought you could get away with this?
You bet I will. First, I give you one nice slug between the eyes. Right?
Just drop it, Shifty.
Cops.
That's right, cops. Lots of them. Gonna drop it, Shifty?
Oh, sure. I will.
Okay, boys, take him out to the car. Hey, come on. And carefully.
Watch it. What brought you here, Lieutenant?
Oh, you didn't spot the tail I put on you when you left headquarters.
Oh, no, I guess I didn't.
Oh, you're slipping, Johnny.
Yeah, but I'm glad you did. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Well, let's see now. Expense account total is exactly $4.40. Okay, Jeffrey, it's perfectly all right. As long as you don't forget my commission on just exactly 100,000 clams. Not bad, for a single day's work? I'll take it any time. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the cleverest, most diabolical weapons for murder I've ever seen. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Court Benson as Reed, Roger DeKoven as Steve Looker, Carl Frank as the police lieutenant, Ellen Manson as the voice on the tape, Guy Repp as Conroy, and Barbara Cassar as Sarah.
Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Bert Helfer. Johnny, Merry Christmas to you.
Well, hi, Bert. Same to you.
Thanks.
Only what are you doing in your office on a Friday afternoon so close to the big holiday instead of out shopping?
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny.
Now, listen, Bert, I'm overworked, I'm tired, and I'm not taking on any investigations till after Christmas.
Okay, by me.
Hey, Bert, you sound terrible. What's the matter? You got a cold?
Oh, horrible one. I've had it for a week.
Well, why are you still there in your office at this hour instead of home in bed?
Well, I'm just cleaning up before I take a couple of weeks off. Johnny, can you come on over?
Now?
Now.
No. Any new assignment's going to have to wait till after the holidays.
Well, sure.
I mean, I would kind of like to have a few days free myself, so wait till after Christmas, will you?
Well, sure, I'll be glad to, but who said anything about an assignment?
Well, isn't that why you called?
Not a bit of it, so come on over.
You're not kidding me now, are you, Bert?
I just thought you'd like to pick up the dough for that San Francisco job you did for us a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Don't tell me you're so rich you'd forgotten about it. Well?
I'll see you there in your office in a few minutes.
Right.
Only, Bert.
Yeah?
You're sure now that's all you really want me for?
That's all, Johnny.
Now, you won't try to finagle me into something, some job you just happen to think of after I get over there.
Honor bright.
Okay, Bert. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Trinity Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the phony phone matter. Expense account item 1. After checking out with my call service, $1.20 for a cab over to Bert Helfer's office high in the tower of the Manley Building overlooking most of the city. Lo and behold, there wasn't a soul in the place except Bert himself. Most of the lights were off. The rows and rows of typewriters and calculating machines were covered and quiet. The filing cabinets neatly cleared and closed. Even the telephone switchboard off in one corner was untended, although I noticed one patch cord plugged in, the tiny light above it burning. It was Bert's line in use.
Yeah. I'll take care of it just as soon as I get back here in the office again. Yeah, that'll be on Tuesday, January 2nd. Good. Thank you, and a Merry Christmas to you, too. All right, Johnny, sit down.
Well, I'll say this for you, Bert. You are certainly the loyal company servant.
Well, I just want to be absolutely sure everything's taken care of so they won't be calling me down there in Miami Beach to lay down my water skis and come back here before my vacation's over.
Oh, I can't say I blame you.
And here you are, baby. Here is the money for that San Francisco job. You want to count it?
How come in cash?
Don't you still have some Christmas shopping to do?
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm. And the banks will be closed by the time you get out of here, so... Well, I just tore up the check and pulled this out of petty cash.
Well, good for you. And hooray for petty cash.
I must say, though, there's nothing petty about the way you can run up an expense account.
Oh, Bert. Only trouble is, with all this dough in hand, I'll probably go out and spend a lot more than I ought to.
Oh, sure, on all that flock of gals you keep on the string.
Jealous, Mr. Married Man?
Sure I am. Only I'm not really. Don't you kid yourself, baby. One of these days you'll put on the halter, too.
Fat chance.
Now, here, if you'll just sign this receipt.
There you are.
Good. Oh, and here. I almost forgot. While you were on your way over, your telephone answering service called with this message.
Oh?
Yeah. Call Exmont 35770 immediately, urgent.
Who is Exmont 35770?
You don't know?
No.
Well, I'm afraid I do.
Who?
It's the home of a character by the name of Harvey L. Hallett.
Harvey L. Oh, wait a minute. Any relation to the people who took over that little plant that I passed on the way over here? Hallett Industries?
He is Hallett Industries.
Oh?
Yeah. Look. You can see the place out of this window. You see it over there?
So?
You know, I hate to admit it, One of the boys in the office sold him a lot of insurance when he took over that place about 6 months ago.
Well, what's the matter with that?
Oh, we've had a big headache with that account on the inventory insurance.
How do you mean?
Well, apparently they make a lot of electronic stuff over there, and a lot of it's kind of secret, I guess, kept under lock and key.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it's been reported stolen. Half a dozen burglaries in the last 6 months, according to Mr. Harvey L. Hallett. And we've had to pay off through the nose.
Why do you say according to Mr. Hallett that way?
Because I wouldn't trust that character as far as you can throw this building. In other words, if I could, I'd just cancel out his policy, I think a lot of those losses he reported were phonies. If I'd had any sense, I would have called you in on him.
Well, so long, Bertie.
As a matter of fact, I wish you would look into it for us after I get back.
After? Okay, but not now.
All right, that's all right by me.
I wonder why he's called me.
Well, I'm afraid it was my fault.
Why? How do you mean?
Well, I'd kind of let your name slip out somewhere along the line, and yesterday Hallett called me, said he'd been thinking it over, asked me for your number, and, well, I gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Johnny, I shouldn't have, especially since I want you to investigate him. So as for calling him back, if you don't want to, don't.
If what you say about him is true, though, maybe I will.
After the holidays.
No. Right now.
Oh, why?
Bert, it's an old trick. And a corny one, but a lot of people still think it's pretty clever.
Trick?
The cover-up. A man kills somebody or he blows his safe or he tries an embezzlement, whatever. He's the one who calls in the cops. Or even tells them that he thinks it might happen.
So that nobody will suspect him.
Of course.
I never thought of that.
So, if what you say is true, if he is the kind of guy you seem to think he is, if he's back of his own burglaries on which he has collected a lot of nice insurance money...
Oh, I'd bet on it.
And if he's planning another such caper...
Sure he is. Johnny... I think you've got something there.
On the other hand, though, Bert, if he's clean, if he really does want to help...
Oh, that I doubt.
Let me have the phone.
Look, why don't you wait till after the holidays?
Nope.
Okay, it's on your own head, then.
This is home telephone number, did you say?
Yeah, the factory is a Weatherby number. Weatherby something.
Hello?
Mr. Hallett, please.
This is Mary Hallett, Mrs. Hallett.
Is Mr. Hallett there?
Well, he's terribly busy at the moment. May I ask who's calling, please?
This is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, yes. He said he was very anxious to speak with you, but he's just about to leave for New York. Oh, just a minute. Here he is. Harvey, it's for you. Darling, I know, but it's Mr. Johnny Dollar. You said you want... Yes. Here, dear.
Dollar, this is Harvey Hallett.
Yes, Mr. Hallett.
Merry Christmas and all that. And listen, I'm very anxious to see you and to talk to you.
Well, whenever you find
I've had some problems over at my electronics plant, but I have to leave now immediately.
Well, if it's...
Can I call you on Tuesday?
Oh, sure.
On Tuesday morning, at say about... Yes, I know, dear, I know. Dollar, I'm sorry, but I have to hang up. I'll call you on Tuesday.
Well, look, Mr... Hello? Hello? Well, that's what I call a man in a hurry.
Yeah, I could hear him.
Something about going to New York, he said. Or, his wife did, anyway. Where does he live, Bert? Anywhere near that little plant of his?
Are you kidding? With an Exmont number? No, he lives a mile, maybe a mile.
Holy smoke. What's that?
Or some kind of explosion, it sounded like. Johnny, look. Look out the window, right over there. Whew. Holy smoke is right.
I see. That's going to be one big fire.
Yeah. Don't you recognize that building, Johnny?
Oh, you're right, Bert. Hallett Industries. Item 2, $1 for a taxi over to the scene of the fire. I'll say this, that fire must have really taken hold with a bang, and I don't mean because of the explosion we'd heard. It was a small building, not more than a couple of 100 feet square, and by the time I arrived, there were flames pouring out of every window. And smoke, thick black smoke. The fire department was already hard at work, and by the time I'd singled out Police Lieutenant Billy Harmon to get his opinion of it, things were fairly well under control. Hey, Lieutenant, what brings you here?
Only one thing, Mr. Harvey L. Hallett.
What do you mean by that, Lieutenant?
I'm the patsy got assigned to those burglaries that he had. You know something?
No, tell me.
I got just exactly nowhere on him. And you know something else?
Yeah?
Now, I can't prove this. Can't prove a thing for that matter, simply because, well, I can't, that's all. But I also can't get over the feeling the reason I couldn't get anywhere was because our friend Mr. Hallett didn't want me to.
Didn't want you to. You mean no cooperation?
Just the opposite. Too much cooperation.
Oh?
So much, I couldn't make a move without finding him underfoot, making like he was doing everything he could to help.
I see.
But actually, all he was doing was getting in the way. He'd suggest so many possibilities and demand I follow him up. I didn't have time or opportunity to follow up those I'd thought of. Not properly, that is. Smoke. The old misdirection bit, if you know what I mean, Johnny. Johnny, I don't trust that guy.
Seems to me I've heard somebody else give out with that same opinion.
When I got the word this place was going up, well, you know what I think, Johnny?
Arson?
I'd bet on it. And if it is, you can be sure the boys in the torch squad will spot it. They're in there working on it already. You know, Hanley and Jimmy Beckett.
Yeah.
You ask me, they're the two best arson men a police department ever had.
They're a pretty good pair.
And if it is arson, you can be sure my number one suspect will be none other than... Wait a minute. Oil off! Conroy! Keep those people back in the line before... Come on, keep them back there. Hey, you, mister. What do you think you're doing this... Oh, you.
Lieutenant Harvin, how did this happen? I heard the explosion all the way over at my home.
Now, you claim you were at home, Mr. Hallett?
Yes, of course I was at home.
Can you prove that?
I beg your pardon?
Yes, I'm afraid he can, Lieutenant.
Oh, you're Mr. Dollar?
That's right. Did you call off your trip to New York?
Well, I was just leaving. I heard the explosion and saw the smoke, so I drove on over here.
No, you just drove on over, huh?
Yes, I did. What happened? Dollar, what started this?
Well, I'd say that you know just as much as we do.
Or a lot more.
What's that?
Excuse me a minute. Yeah, what is it, Beckett?
Look at it, Dollar. The whole plant, the whole business, all gone up in smoke.
Yeah. Pretty well insured, though, isn't it?
Huh? You think that money can make up for all the time and work and worry that went into it? All gone up in smoke. Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
The color of that smoke.
That was the first thing I noticed, Mr. Hallett.
The smell. The odor.
Yes, I know.
The storeroom is full of solvents. Highly volatile solvents.
You think that caused the explosion?
It must have. But how? The storage arrangement was approved by this very fire department. It was like a vault. There was no way that any heat could get into it.
Well, you think then that maybe somebody did,
But how? It was always locked.
Wasn't there supposed to be a watchman on duty?
Of course. Oh, Ben Matthews. Dollar, if he was anywhere near that explosion when it occurred... Oh, no.
In other words, if it was arson by somebody the watchman may have seen...
Arson? I said if.
And if that watchman did see anybody around...
Arson, all right, Dollar. Boys are sure of it.
They are, Lieutenant?
I can't believe it.
As for Ben Matthews, the watchman... Well, I don't think there's much question but that he did see who did it. And that he knew him.
Oh?
Then you mean Ben is still alive?
That door had a dead latch on it. Took a key to open it inside as well as outside.
I know, and old Ben had orders not to admit
wait
anyone...
and listen, Mr. Hallett.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Ben's key is still in the inside of that lock. So he let somebody in. Now, that means somebody that he must have recognized.
Why do you say that?
I knew old Ben. I know he had orders not to let anybody in. Not anybody. Isn't that true, Mr. Hallett?
Yes, of course it is.
So I know he wouldn't. But of course, if his boss told him to open up...
Now, just a minute, Lieutenant. If you're implying what I think you are...
Yeah? Well, if the shoe fits... Don't worry, Mr. Hallett. You'll never be able to testify. Thanks to that bullet in his head.
Good Lord.
Breaks your heart, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You know something?
Now, just a minute. Just 1 minute. Stop acting like a couple of angry kids. Lieutenant.
Yeah, well?
You say it was arson.
With a murder on top of it. And Mr.
All right. Now, what kind of a device was used?
Device? What do you mean,
What kind of a timer to set it off?
Nothing. No device. Only a paraffin wick. Into a bottle or tank of some kind of that solvent in there.
How long a wick?
Only a couple of feet. And that means that somebody was in there only seconds before it went off. And that somebody, Mr. Hallett.
I tell you, I was at home on the other side of town.
That's
I
right, he
tell
was,
you, Mr.
Lieutenant.
Hallett. What did you say, Dollar?
He was at home, Lieutenant. I know, because I called him on the telephone only seconds before this thing started.
This period between Thanksgiving and Christmas is a happy one as we busy ourselves with rounds of shopping and parties. But for hundreds of thousands of families abroad, it's like any other time of the year, a time of hunger. So why not share your holiday joy with one or more of the less fortunate families? Send them Care food packages. They cost only $1 apiece and contain enough food to supplement family rations for a whole month. So send your dollars to Care, New York, 16, New York.
Item 3, 10 cents for a phone call to Mr. Jonathan Buckley at his home. Luck was with me. The Hallett Industries account was in Mr. Buckley's bank.
But now look here, Johnny. You know very well I can't tell you that. Such matters are completely confidential between a banker and his client.
Even though arson is involved, Mr. Buckley?
Even though, Johnny.
And a murder?
Murder?
That's right. Well?
What if I were simply to say that, in spite of all the money originally transferred from his New York bank, that Hallett's financial condition is pretty bad?
Oh?
Would that be of any help, Johnny?
It certainly would. Thanks.
Another thing, Dollar.
Yes, Lieutenant.
After those so-called burglaries, I checked over every one of Hallett's 8 employees myself. There isn't a cleaner bunch of people anywhere in town.
Well, even so.
I'm sure of it. What's more, I've known every one of them personally for years. Even went to school with a couple of them. So you see what I'm getting at? Hallett. Hallett is the only one we don't really know about.
Where'd he come from, Lieutenant?
Who knows? You think he'd tell us? The truth, that is?
Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Buckley, the banker.
What's he got to do with it?
Funds transferred, he said, from... Hey, you want to treat me to a call to New York? The phone call was to an old friend of mine, Lieutenant Randy Singer, Detective Division, 18th Precinct, New York Police Department. One of the best of his kind I've ever known.
Okay, Johnny, let's have it. What sort of a jam do you expect me to get you out of this time? And what you doing down here in New York?
I'm not. I'm up here in Hartford. Now, listen.
Oh, I get it. You need an excuse to pad out that fancy expense account of yours, huh? To impress somebody. So
Randy.
you're running up a phone bill.
Randy.
Oh, go ahead, Johnny. Talk it up. I'll make like I'm listening, and everybody will be happy. How are you, anyhow?
Randy, will you listen to me?
Yeah?
Does the name Harvey L. Hallett mean anything to you?
Paraffin Peterson.
What?
You heard me.
Oh, come on, make sense, will you?
You think we don't keep track of the crooks we've had to deal with even after they've been chased out of our fair city? Of course we do.
Randy.
And poor old Paraffin Peterson, well, we couldn't get a thing on him, by the way.
Randy, the man I'm interested in is Harvey L. Hallett.
But we did make it pretty rough on him. We dubbed him Paraffin Pete because of his one and only method of starting a fire. And that's the name he took on after we showed him the way out of town. He and that doll of his, Mary. Only Ma would be a better word.
The name, Randy?
What? Oh, the one you said.
Harvey L. Hallett?
Yep. Used to be known in these parts as Paul Peterson. Paraffin Peterson.
Okay, Randy, thank you. You hear it, Lieutenant?
Sure did, Dollar.
Looks like you were right. He's our man.
Yeah, but you yourself are his alibi. I mean, if you were really talking to him on the phone the same time as that fire was set...
Well, now, suddenly, I'm not so sure. Hallett Electronics, Well, maybe his product line includes something like... Come on, Lieutenant, we better get going.
Yeah, where?
Let's hope he hasn't got home from his fire yet. When we got there, Hallett was just walking into his front door, which means he didn't have time to put away the device that his wife, Mary, had been careless enough to leave sitting on a table not more than 2 feet away from the telephone.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Dollar. What...
Yes, Hallett?
You mind telling me why you two have bulled your way in here this way? Lieutenant, will you please stop fooling around with our tape recorder until I find out what this is all about?
If it's the music you want, I'll put on the radio. There's nothing on that tape but a lot of noise from a party we had.
Dollar, I asked you a question.
Are you ready, Lieutenant?
All set.
All right, I'll turn it on.
Oh, just a minute.
Hold it, Hallett. You pull that electric plug, and I just might pull this trigger.
This is ridiculous.
Well, we'll see.
There's nothing on that tape, I tell you. There's nothing on it.
It's Harvey Hallett. Merry Christmas and all that, and listen now. I'm very anxious to see you and talk to you about some problems over at my electronics plant. But I have to leave now immediately.
Well, I must...
Can I call you on Tuesday? On Tuesday morning, to say about, Yes, I know, dear, I know. Dollar, I'm sorry, but I have to hang up. I'll call you on Tuesday.
So, Johnny?
That's right, Lieutenant. Pre-recorded here before he left to set the fire. So when I called in answer to his urgent message, all his wife had to do was hold the phone over next to this tape machine. No wonder I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Then, as soon as I hung up, she called him at the plant to go ahead. Any comment, Mr. Hallett? Expense account total? Forget it. I'd rather take this time to wish you, all of you, wherever you are, a very Merry Christmas. And that's from the heart. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week? Well, next week, there won't be any case. But I think you'll want to be here anyway. Next week at this time, you'll be hearing our annual Christmas Eve Sing with Bing. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. Merry Christmas from yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jackson Beck as Lieutenant Billy Harmon, Michael Caine as Harvey Hallett, William Redfield as Bert Helfer, Terry Keene as Mrs. Hallett, Eugene Francis as Lieutenant Randy Singer, and David Kern as Jonathan Buckley. Remember, no story next week, but yours truly, Johnny Dollar, returns 2 weeks from now with his next exciting story. At this time next week, by all means, plan to join Bing Crosby, Kathy Crosby, Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snurd, the Norman Luboff Choir, and Paul Weston's Orchestra for the 7th annual Christmas Eve Sing with Bing. This is Pat Cannell speaking. The stars shed their inhibitions on Arthur Godfrey time weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.